Feedback.
Hearing me once is bad enough. Hearing me twice must be unbearable.
Okay. I'm hearing it now. It's
How
awful.
about oh.
Hey, is that better?
Awful and like you have to fix it, or just because you don't want to hear us?
Oh,
Just because I don't want to hear us.
Okay.
See? Where's Jam? Where's Jam? Jam is above me. Jam, high five. Floor five. Hey, there we go. My hand looks like it's... There we go. Amazing.
Okay.
Right, should we do a thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Tea and Tales Tavern. This is episode 9. Can you believe we've done 9 of these?
No.
Absolutely not.
We are
I
amazing.
feel like I'm stuck on 6 for some reason.
I never know where we are, especially since that one. It was a couple of months ago, but I was like, "Is it this one?" And Victoria was like, "Don't ever question me." And I've been scared to ask which one it's been since then, because I know my place in this group is tenuous at best, and I don't want to do anything to facilitate the.
That is not even how it happened. I just assumed you were right. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll fix it later," and then I went and I checked, and I was like, "Wait a minute, we're both wrong. It was actually fine."
We are both wrong, and that's what makes us right.
Yeah.
So this month's book, The Martian. Can you see it? Can you
Now
see it?
this one.
Can you see it?
Jam has
Oh
the
my God,
physical
Jam.
one.
I
Oh, look at
do.
your
I got a hard copy
Oh my god.
because I damaged my books, so they have to be built right.
Is that when you get angry at somebody's doing something, you're like, "Fuck you," and you punch it?
I slam them. I'm like, I can't. This is so cringe. Slam.
I love the covers of it. Looks like your covers are like a further away picture of my cover. Like if you zoom in on your pictures, you get this chap who is not Matt Damon. This is not Matt Damon.
No.
I don't know who he is. It's
Is
just
it not?
a man. No, that is not Matt Damon. It looks like him, but it's not Matt Damon.
It's not.
I just
I
assumed
tried to
it
get
was.
one with Matt Damon's face, but
Yeah,
they were
why?
all in like different languages, just so we all had like a different cover.
Oh, I see.
Because they did release a version with Matt Damon's face on, and it was just like this, except for Matt Damon. But this is not
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
I still think
So
it
you got
is.
like Das Martian or something.
Yeah.
That looks a lot
Martian.
better.
Inselsen Martian. Things like that. Marchand l'alien. I don't even know if that's real words. I'm just making noises that sound real.
The French one is called Alone on Mars. I mean, in French, but like, yeah. They
That's
just
actually
don't have a word for Martian, I guess.
How could they not have a word for Martian? And why wouldn't they invent one?
I don't know.
Like, didn't they have movies in the 1930s like Invaders from Mars and The Martians and shit like that? Like, did they just say, "Oh, invaders from that one planet, which is like over here a little bit"? Damn
Probably.
it, France, get together. Although this isn't the first time this week France has given me a problem, because I was at a pub quiz and the random round was 5 questions on Canada, and one of the questions was what percentage of Canada speaks French. Now it was multiple choice, and I said 32%, because I thought, given there's that whole bit in the middle that speaks French and the lack of population, so not lack of population, but the spread out population. So I thought 32%, it was 22%, so once again France is doing... What the fuck are we talking about? I don't know, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Why'd you choose the book, Peter?
I chose the book.
At least someone keeps us on track.
Yes. Because I thought we'd all have quite a good time with it.
Did you?
And did we have a good time with it? Okay. Okay.
I don't want to ruin the vibe, but I didn't finish it. And it's not because I ran out of time, it's because I was like, we'll get to it. We'll hear everyone else's opinions on the book.
Did you finish the book, Victoria?
I think this is actually the fastest I finished a book. I finished it like weeks ago.
Amazing. I finished it, but I didn't write my notes until earlier this morning.
Oh, I took 0 notes. It's all in here.
I tried.
Should we just? I was going to say we are fucked in that case. Should we just hang up now, say goodnight, come back next month?
No.
No, do your summary, Peter. You got
Let's do a
this.
summary. Okay, let's go into the summary, which I have right in front of me, and my notes and whatnot. So we start off during the Ares 3 mission. Now I don't think it's quite mentioned what year it is. It's supposed to be just in the not too distant future. And we are on the Ares 3 mission on Mars, which is the third Ares mission, which is the first time people have landed on Mars. And Ares 3 crew, there's 6 members of the crew. There's a storm, and for whatever reason, NASA, being chicken shits, are like, right, storm, get out of here, fuck off, back out, hit the bricks. But unfortunately, for one of them, Mark, he gets stabbed by there's a tail. He gets stabbed by the communication dish. He falls down a hill, and he gets killed. So, what did you think of the book, Jam? I'm rating it about 7.5.
Can't tell you my rating. That's like the second best part.
I promised myself I wasn't going to make that joke. I was like, listen, it's the first paragraph. Mark seems to die. Okay, what did you think of that? I promised myself I wasn't going to do that, and yet here we are. I am so sorry. Yeah. Excuse me. So, 1 second.
He's dying. That's the Martian air.
This is the tail part
Lola.
of Tea and Tales.
It's a good thing I had some water nearby, or I'd be dead or something. I don't know.
It's okay, Lola distracted.
Lola is like the great vamp. Amazing. So it turns out Mark didn't actually die, because what happened is the communication dish punctured his suit, and all the spacesuits are linked, and where the communication satellite went into him, it pierced through the monitor that connects him to the other suit, so all the other members of the crew saw was him flatlining, he fell down a hill, 2 and 2 together, turns out comes up with 17. Not the best plan. But they fuck off, they're gone, they hit the bricks, and Mark is abandoned on Mars. Whoops. Oh dear.
Hate when that happens.
I know, it happened. You'd imagine there'd be a plan, but apparently not, you know? It's fine. He's fine. So Mark is still alive, and he goes back to the Hab, which is the habitat where they all live. It's like a big dome on Mars. I actually thought, like, an hour ago, should I try to find pictures of, like, a simulated Mars habitat, of a Mars road, things Mark mentions so we can flash them on screen. But then I thought, oh wait, that had to be Victoria who has to do this. She has enough. I don't. I like my head on my shoulders. So
What you get is this map of Mars.
Yes. Oh, you do get a map. That's right. Yes. And
I still don't know where anything is on this place. Like, there's a thing here and there's a thing over here, and that's all you need to know.
There's like the Schiaparelli crater. There's all manner of places on Mars. So he goes back to the Hab, which is fine. The solar power, which powers it, is fine. Everything is fine and dandy. It's just the spaceship, the Mars Ascent Vehicle, MAV, has obviously fucked off. It's taken the crew back to their ship called Hermes, which, because of the amount of time Mark was unconscious, that's now fucked off as well. Double whoops. Don't you hate it when that happens as well? Like, first, you get stabbed by a communications thing, straight through your suit. You get abandoned on Mars, and then your crew fuck off on you. I mean, that's like triple rudeness in like a space of 12 hours or so. So, first he has to figure out how to survive, and he needs food, and he figures out the best way to make food is by... Now, this bit, I remembered this bit when I recommended it. I know Victoria like things like this, so I was ever so slightly hesitant, like that much hesitant, to recommend it. Now, if you want to take your headphones off with this bit, Victoria, I will not blame you at all, because what Mark has to do is he has to go through what is called I think it's called like a chemical toilet. I forget the exact name for it, but basically what happens is you do the poops. Your poops go into a wee bag, which has all the liquid sucked out of it, and it's just dried poo-poos. Good time. So he goes into that, takes out all the dried shit, mixes it with water, and brings it back to life. Good times. Now, at this point, let's pretend you're on Mars, and Mark is a botanist, so he has these skills. He knows how to make soil and grow plants and shit. But would you?
If I knew how,
Wow.
yes, but I don't know how, so I probably would have just taken the easy way out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think I would have just stuck to my own poo-poos. I would not have gone and gotten the crew's poo-poos.
Yes.
I mean, my own poo-poo is already bad. I don't need to deal
But
with
at least
somebody
you
else.
know where that's come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just, and he does mention there is an easier way out. He says he'll just like lower the oxygen until he goes to sleep, or
Well,
take.
they have,
or
like,
there is
There's
an-
also like morphine.
Yeah, he was just
Yeah,
gonna take
he's
a
got
shit ton of morphine.
Yeah,
Which I would have done too.
Yeah, because I do not know how to grow potatoes, so I would have been like, well, it was nice
it.
knowing you guys.
That's a picture wrap on old Victoria.
Yeah.
Up and all. We are cut.
Yep.
Yeah.
A very
And
short
what a way
book.
what a way to go, because I don't know if you guys have ever been injured enough or sick enough where you've had morphine. Like, it's it's a wild time. So I maybe would have done that just for the fun of it. Like, bye. Who's gonna stop me? Oh wait, I am king of Mars. Fuck you. In we go. Fine. But that's his plan. So he gets his own poo-poos, and mixed with some earth, soil, he doubles the Martian soil, which brings it to life. He has potatoes, whole potatoes, because they were going to spend a Thanksgiving on Mars. That didn't happen. Don't quite know why. Isn't explained. So he has whole potatoes, cut the eye out of, put that into the soil, it'll sprout and grow more potatoes. The bad news is, that'll only give him an additional 90 days, or sol, as they're called on Mars, because a Mars day is literally like 12 minutes longer than an Earth day. Citation needed. It's not very much longer than an Earth day, but it is something like 12 minutes longer, so it's called a sol instead of a day. So he has enough rations to last him 400 sols, and the potatoes will give him an extra 90 sol, which is way short of the 1,412 sols he will need until Ares 4 lands, which is the next Mars mission. He's working it out slowly but surely, but that's quite a big discrepancy. The other big problem is he has to figure out how to make enough water. And this is where again, at certain points, the book does get very heavy into the science of it. And I had to Google this. So the way he has to make water is he has to go to the Mars Descent Vehicle, which is the ship that took them from Hermes down to Mars. And the Mars Descent Vehicle makes hydrogen. Or does it? No. It makes hydrazine, which is rocket fuel. But you can convert hydrazine into hydrogen by magic?
Yeah.
Witchcraft? I'm looking at it and it doesn't make... I'll just read this paragraph.
I thought it was like, no, I mean, you can totally read it, but I thought he was like burning it off or something. I don't
Yes.
know. I don't even know what hydrazine is besides rocket fuel. Like, I don't know what the little chemical combinations are.
Yeah, but that's what it is. I've got the passage here, so I'll just read this out. His plan for making water is first separating hydrazine rocket fuel, the Mars Descent Vehicle, into hydrogen and nitrogen, then reacting the hydrogen with oxygen from the oxygenator. We all with it? Clear
Yeah.
as mud?
I'm ready to go make water right now. Let's go, guys.
Well, no
we
time
can do
out.
this.
Let's go. Pitter patter. Made it. That was quick. Now, because of the way humans work, he's been putting out extra oxygen? Question mark? We'll say it's oxygen for the sake of it. And because hydrazine doesn't react well with oxygen, there's an explosion. long story short, he nearly blows himself up. That's the end of the book. So, Jam, what did you think?
Peter.
I'm going to stop doing it. I'm so sorry. Again, I told there are bits in here in the book where he dies more than once, and I promised myself I wouldn't. I am what is known as a bitch. So he blows himself up, but he's fine, and he figures out if he gets rid of the oxygen that he's breathing, it'll be fine. It won't blow up again, so that's what he does. He has to burn out the oxygen that he's making, and so that creates enough water in the hab to feed the potatoes. Good for him. He's going well. Lovely to be him in this moment. Meanwhile, back on Earth, because they all think he's dead. RSVP Mark, you'd have loved that summer. He has had a memorial for him, and the head of NASA, whose name is Venka Kapoor. No, he's in charge of Mars operations, which is different from Hermes operations. That's controlled by two different people. Venka has just had the memorial, the president spoke, and seeing as this is in the near future, we don't know the president's name, but we can count on... There are certain presidents who can't even spell Mars, so you can imagine how well that memorial went. You know what I'm saying?
When was this
I think in this timeline, he's not even alive. He doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I want to go to there. For Mars, for Mark, because he is the only person on Mars, that makes him the commander of Mars, so he could theoretically start a war with Earth. So all I'm saying is, save us, Mars. Can I become a citizen of Mars? Can I denounce my Earth citizenship and be like, you know what, I don't like this president, I'm gonna sign up to Mars planet. Hooray, good times. Uh-oh, there was a clip. what got clipped? I am scared.
That's a secret for later.
Yeah.
A little bonus. We love that. Anywho, so the president, and I spoke to everybody. They all said Mark was the greatest guy. There's nobody greater than Mark. He wasn't on any files. He was in no list. And that's what was good about him.
Please.
Mars, which is a long way away.
Let's move past the president.
I kind of feel like, as a challenge, I should have written the president's speech about Mark.
And his death on Mars.
His death on Mars.
I think that would be a great
Martians
stream
had him.
idea for you.
That would be fun. Should we do that on tomorrow's stream? This is my homework for tomorrow.
Yeah, your
Now the
stream
Martians
tomorrow
have
is,
Mark. They're all working together in some kind of woke Martian coalition.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Right. So, the problem is nobody knows Mark's still alive. This has all happened. They've had the memorial for him, and in comes Teddy, who is basically the director of Mars. And Teddy wants to use the satellites orbiting Mars to look at what they think is left of the Hab, because again, they don't know he's still alive. So all they know is they've got over half a mission left, and they can use that, saying, listen, Ares 4 won't need as much, we can save some money with the future Ares projects, we can use Ares 6 to bring back Mark, and just pass the savings onto the public, because NASA is a publicly funded organization? Question mark? Is that what it's called? Publicly funded organization.
No,
Question
I
mark.
You
I know
gotta
they're
ask the
public in some
Americans.
way. Do we have any Americans watching?
No.
Damn it.
I think the
listen.
issue was that their cameras, like anything they capture, is publicly
Yeah.
seen. So they're like,
Yeah.
we don't want to do that. What if people see Mark's body?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're publicly funded. I don't know shit about NASA.
No, that's exactly that, Jam, because the moment they look at Mars, they're going to see Mark's body. And because they take those photos, those are then public domain, media can get them, Mark's family can see them, and they'll see him just hanging out of the Mars Earth like this.
With a pole stuck in him.
Yes, exactly. Like that's the pole, and just Mars stuck like that. Excuse me, Mark stuck like that, not Mars. And eventually, Venkat agrees. He's like, okay, take the satellites, but try not to look at Mark, because it's been 2 months at this point. They figure it'll take a full year to bury him, although I wouldn't have thought it to take that long.
I guess they're waiting for like a intense sandstorm. I don't know how often those happen on Mars, like the dust storms and stuff.
Yeah. I don't think they happen that often, but there's a thing about that which we'll come to later on with the scientific accuracy and stuff. So Venga is like, right, fine, Teddy, take the satellites, but try not to show our dead astronaut. Which at this point, Mark Watney is, again, they don't know he's still alive. He is the only person to have died off Earth, which is, I think that's kind of a cool thing to put in your tombstone. The only person in history so far not to die on Earth, or in Earth's orbit, because there's space shuttles and what have blown up, but they've still been in the atmosphere. Nobody has died, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nobody has died in outer space.
As far as I'm aware, no.
At least no humans. I think animal, because they used to send animals, dogs, and whatnot up to space.
3
so
people
no
have
human.
died in space.
3 people. Oh, fucking hell.
In like Earth's orbit, or just like away, like on the moon or something.
I don't know.
And were they part of NASA or
No,
different
I think
We're looking at you, SpaceX.
I don't know.
I honestly, I'm not calling you a lie, but I've never heard of this. I wonder who it is.
I wonder how long ago it happened.
Yeah.
Back when.
Sorry, there's 3 names. I just have no idea how to pronounce them. 1971. 3 cosmonauts.
Wow.
There was a
That sounds
valve that
Russian.
accidentally opened right before they re-entered Earth's atmosphere.
Oh no.
Oh, well, so it's a
I feel like I
technicality.
read about that one before.
And being what they're called cosmonauts, that's like the Russian space age or the Soviet space agency.
Oh.
Yeah.
Soviet Union
Yikes.
Space Agency.
Yeah, I just put their names. I just couldn't think of where they were from.
Yeah. Okay. So
So-
Mars. Okay. Well, let's revise that to Mars. Mark being the only person to die on Mars.
Well, we don't know if these people existed in the universe of this book, so he could
Yeah.
still be the only one.
I would assume they do. I assume most things exist because
I don't know.
there's a certain thing
Sci-fi
coming up that
confuses
happens.
me.
Yeah. Different worlds. That's one of the things I actually asked, and I forget what the term she used, but I asked our friend Megan, like, when making up like a sci-fi or fantasy version of Earth, what do you call that? And there is a name for it, but I cannot remember.
Isn't it
what
like
it
Second
was.
Earth or something?
Something like that, yes. Second Earth. I know it's not Mirror Earth, but it's something along those lines. It's like a Second Earth. So Venka agrees, and Teddy is like, "Yay, let's get the satellites. Let's hand them over to Mindy." Now Mindy comes in. She is a Mars creep, frankly, because she's in charge of aligning the look at Mars. So she's like the world's best and worst pervert, because she's using a satellite, but she can't get super close to shit. So she goes and looks at the hab, sees that it's okay, and then she notices that the solar panels have been cleaned off, and one of the rovers, which for those who don't know, it's like a car on Mars. You get in it, you drive around, go zippity doo. You can only reach about 25, 30 miles per hour, so it's not super fast. I don't even think it goes that fast. But that's what a rover is. So she notices that one of the Mars rovers has been moved from the hab, and that's when, do I have a penny? If they had a penny, they'd be like, there it goes, it's dropped. And they start to realize, after 2 months, again, 2 months have passed at this point, that Mark is still alive. Whoops times 3. Because what do you do at this point? Let's pretend you're the head of NASA, and you've essentially buried this man. You've had his memorial. Mark was a very good guy. I know a lot of people personally said he was a very good guy. That's happened. And you just discovered he is still alive. What do? You are the head of NASA.
I retire immediately. No one will ever find me. Because what do you need? I just told his parents and the whole world he's dead, but oops, he's actually alive. But that's even worse because we abandoned him. Like, goodbye.
Later. We lean out the window of a rocket. Smell you later. And he's like, fuck you. Okay. What about you, Victoria? What do you like? You're the head of NASA at this point. Do you do?
I don't know. That's something that like this book made me think about is like how much is a human life worth? Like how much do you spend trying to save one person? It's something that comes up a lot in the media of like when like a pretty white woman goes missing, everyone moves heaven and earth to find her, right? But then we have like our murdered and missing Indigenous people in Canada, and people are just kind of like, whoa, oopsies, they're gone.
We can't do that. We don't have the money for that. Oh well.
Some billionaires decide to go see the Titanic. The world stops until we find them. You know what I mean? So this is obviously very different because like he's an astronaut. He's like doing his job.
Yeah.
But it does get in, like when we get like further into the book when China gets involved, like there is a part where the person, like the Chinese representative is like, yeah, like we helped you save this guy, but now like that whole project is dead.
Yeah.
And like now like, okay, like we're gonna get one of our people on your spacecraft, but like,
what was it worth?
Yeah.
For us, for China, what was it worth to us? Because now our space program is arced thanks to you fuckers. Fuck you guys.
And the guy's like, well, to Mark Watney, like, it's the whole world. I'm like, yeah, but, like, all these people's times and, like, I don't know. It is, like, a very interesting thing to think about. I don't know where I stand on it, but...
I do have a price for, like, the actual physical cost of it all. I do have a number, which we will get to. So there is a thing for that, but then there is the moral, what do you do question. Yeah. I feel like if it were me and I am Teddy, the head of NASA, I mean, I like Jam's idea of just retiring and being like, fuck you guys, I'm out.
Me too.
Because I don't know if I'd know how to do, like, I don't know if I'd be able to make that decision. Like, how much do you spend? How many man hours do you spend? Is one life worth this? Like, does public pressure come into it at all? Because the moment NASA have to make a speech, and they've said, listen, we buried this guy, but whoops, still alive.
Well, I think they just wouldn't tell anyone. If they decided not to save him, they just wouldn't tell anyone.
But they have to because it's a public company, so they can't.
No, they don't. I don't think they have to.
They don't have to, but I think the problem would be when they eventually want to use the satellites on Mars and somebody sees this man walking around, they're going to be like, oh, fuck, NASA's covering something up.
Yeah, I think...
But I think, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think
the main reason I would go the retirement route is because, like, I mean, in this world, I imagine that NASA is very used to, like, planning all these contingency plans for when shit happens.
Yeah.
And then just that happens, and they're like, I don't know what to do. Like, we never planned for this. And the way they handle it throughout the book, I'm like, oh my god, are you NASA? Like, what's happening?
Like, NASA do put a lot into this, and I can't help but think that a lot of it would have been public pressure or like media pressure.
Yeah, once the public finds out, like that's definitely something they talk about a lot. Is like that's I think kind of like part of why China stepped up is like now like the whole world is watching, and so now that like everyone knows and they're all invested, and they even say like, oh, now that everyone knows, like we can get more funding to make this happen, so we can pay a bunch of overtime.
Yeah, it really just becomes like a PR stunt.
Yeah.
Like in the midst of it. I just hated that.
Yeah. Like at one point on Earth, like Mark is up on Mars. He's just tooting around doing his bits and bobs. But on Earth, it's a whole shitstorm. Like the world. In this world of the Martian, I want to say that when they discover he's still alive on Mars, this is going to sound incredibly dramatic, but I feel like that probably changes the world as we know it, with everyone wanting him to survive and all the ways people are thinking of for him to survive. And you've got little 8-year-olds drawing like little spaceships like, let's send this to Mars to save Mark and shit like that. The public get involved in this. But knowing what we know about the public, there's one or two probably who are like, is this worth it? Why are we spending this much on one person? Like, no, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Those people have to exist.
Oh yeah, I mean,
And I just sorry.
oh, I'll say like we know for a fact those people exist.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just, my mind just went back to the convoys in Ottawa. I'm like 100% those
God.
people fucking exist,
Yeah.
and they would make themselves known.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You're like, you gotta take care of your own people first. Who
Yeah.
cares about a man in space? What about the people
Even
on
though
Earth?
we put him there.
Yeah, like we put him there. He's doing his job. We
Yeah.
paid him to get there. He's a human being abandoned on a planet. Fuck
He
it.
doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
How loud do you think those people would get though? Because again, looking at our world as we know it,
Yeah.
people who have shit to say are now becoming louder.
How long was
which
he
is
on Mars?
terrifying. Well,
Was it like a
he ran out of
year?
food and it was about 400 because he had food for 490 souls, so
Okay.
about 500 days, 600 days.
Oh, there
rationing
were
and shit?
protests.
687 souls. At least that's the last like entry.
600. So that's 360. So that's like 2.5, 2 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
so
then.
2 years.
100% people are like protesting in the streets and making a big stink
Yeah.
about it. They had 2 years to get angry.
Yeah, like for the first few weeks or so, people are like, "Oh, what a shame! How sad! Bring him home." But
Yeah.
after a month, they were like, "Well, pitter patter. Is he back yet? Fuck him. If not,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I don't know because I mean I feel like with the book it's very like American centric, and I'm just thinking
Yeah.
of like when they were brought up at one point like news channels doing 24/7 coverage on like what's new with Mark Watney, and then I was thinking of how they did that with like back when my mom was like obsessively watching the like trial of Donald Trump, and it's like, oh my gosh, do we really need 24/7 news coverage of that like all
Yeah.
summer long?
Yeah.
And then I was thinking like, do you remember we had like two, not us, Canada, but I think the US had like 2 astronauts that were stuck in space for like 9 months or something like that?
Yeah.
yeah,
And I don't think people really rioted about that. They're like, oh, you need to get them back. But
yeah."
there was no protests, at least as far as I know.
I think it's different though because like with this book, they had to spend a lot of money to get him back. I think that's what people would be
That's
mad
true.
about. They'd be like,
Yeah.
why are my taxes going to that? We should be army, like the military. We gotta give them more guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what they- I think-
people first.
So I think like after, like I think they would start off like, yeah, astronauts, we gotta save him. But then they'd be like, wait, why are we spending billions of dollars on this one guy?
Yeah, I'd be like, where is this money coming? We had this the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because he is Americans. So again, the first month will be like, Americans need to save this guy. I'm going to
Yeah.
take my tractor and I'm going to send it to space. We're going to go to Mars on my tractor. We're going to mow Mars. We're going to get there. We're going to plant some crops. When we're going to fuck off on a jetpack, ride an alligator through space back to Earth. Mark's going to be doing his lasso.
And there's gonna be a bald eagle and fireworks.
Exactly, like you land on Mars, like you know those big exhausts that come out of the back of tractors, they're gonna fire off fireworks.
Yeah.
Ignoring the fact that there is no atmosphere or oxygen on Mars, so there's
Yeah.
nothing, no way for that to go off. Ignoring that fact totally because Americans. So yeah, but again, I do have a number about how much it actually, like the physicality of it all cost to bring Mark
my
back.
gosh.
So we will get to that. So they find out Mark is still alive. Meanwhile, in the book, and and they start thinking of ways to bring him back, and they're working on it. The only plan they have is that when Ares 4 touches down, they can make Ares 4 land Ares 3, pick up Mark in their rocket, then take him over to their base, and then complete their mission, and then bring him back that way, which is 4 years away. What did I say? 1,412 souls away. Yeah. So that's 4 years away. We don't have time for that. Meanwhile, back on Mars, Mark's potatoes are growing fine and dandy. Is this when he makes a comment about the smell and he says he can't open the window? And I was like, not with that attitude, you can't. You can open a window once,
Yeah.
maybe twice. Chicken shit, get in there. everyone's a chicken shit in this book.
I agree.
Yeah. So, Mark is on Mars. He's working out how to modify one of his rovers for the trip over to Ares 4, because he doesn't know about their plans. They're not talking. They can't talk. So Mark is like, listen, I'm going to go over there, modify a shit. I believe in the book it's mentioned in kilometers how far away it all is. I barely understand miles, so kilometers is absolutely way out of my depth. No fucking idea. But it's at least 40 minutes drive away. Let's say that. And so he's making adjustments. He's rigged up a harness to carry solar panels and batteries and the oxygenator. He goes to dig up like a nuclear reactor at one point, because saving weight in the rover means taking out insulation, but Mars is cold and he needs something to warm him up. So he digs up a nuclear reactor. Now, again, I ask you, ladies, after you farmed in your own shit and eaten the results of that farming, would you then be comfortable sitting beside a nuclear reactor to keep your tootsies warm?
Honestly, yeah. After the way he described it, where it's like, yeah, it's totally safe, just don't break it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be warm. If I'm going to be on Mars, I'm not going to be there freezing my ass off, soul after soul. Like, fuck you. I already have to eat shit potatoes.
There's got to be a better name. Like, I was thinking shitatoes. Like, instead of, like, push the two words together, make a new word, shitatoes.
I like shit potatoes. I think it's funny.
Yeah. You think keeping it long is fine?
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate that. So, he's doing that. He's adjusting the... And the way he's going to test it is by going out to something called Pathfinder. Now, Pathfinder is real. Pathfinder is an actual thing that went to Mars in 1997. It took some amazing photographs. I've got a photograph I saved because, again, I was going to show you all, but Pathfinder was real. It took photographs, and then for whatever reason, it shit itself. Nobody quite knows why Pathfinder died in real life, but it died in 1998, 99? I know it didn't last very long.
But he's cute. Look at him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
Pathfinder.
little rover with a
adorable.
solar panel.
Oh, you gorgeous boy. Look at him. There he is. Oh god, I just saw the side of my own head. That is because I've got your stream up. Oh my god, what does my head look like? I'm sorry.
Focus, Peter, focus.
Okay, so he goes to get Pathfinder on the hope that if he can find Pathfinder, if he can fix it, then he can connect it to the rover, which can connect to the hab, which will somehow send a message to Earth so he can communicate with NASA. And he's also figured out that at this point, NASA must have tuned their satellites so they know he's alive, which they have. They've seen his alive. Spoilers. We did a whole thing on that 10 minutes ago. So NASA doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. They just see him getting in the rover, driving, and they're like, where's this fucker going? What's he doing? Is he off to on Mars somewhere? What's he fucking doing? He's crazy. And they eventually figure out that he's going to Pathfinder. So they dig into their warehouses. They call people from 1998, the scientists who worked on Pathfinder, to be like, come here, figure out why Pathfinder broke, fix it, and then update it, and then we'll use that to contact Mark when he gets Pathfinder. So, A-okay, good times. Mark gets Pathfinder, takes it back to the hab, gets it working. Mark and NASA are now back in communication. And again, coming back to the what would you do of it? What would be the first thing you'd say to NASA? Because they say to him, listen, this is text only, but the world is watching. This is going out on television. What would the first thing you would say to Earth would be?
I don't know exactly what I would say, but I'd probably make it sound really incriminating, like, they purposely left me here to die. just to be a shit disturber because, like, what do you mean you left me?
Yeah.
Like, I also get, like, they saw the vital readings as, like, flatlining and dead, so, like, of course, I don't actually mean it, but, like,
Yeah.
come back.
What the fuck, you guys? What about you, Victoria? What would you say to Earth? Again, NASA has said, listen, this is text. It's being broadcast on television. What message do you have for planet
There's
Earth?
something I was trying to find, but I can't find it, so I'm gonna go with this one.
Just haunting them.
I swear there's a gif of, like, a girl who's, like, she walks and it's, like, something like, did you think I was dead? But I can't think of what it was.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Right?
I don't think I know that. But that's just as good. That is amazing. I feel like I'd probably go similar to Jams or out like, can't say too much. They're watching. Something like that.
Or make them believe there's, like, the aliens got me.
Yes. This is Martian leader Komplukla or some shit. Like, we have taken Mark hostage. Send us 10,000 cans of hot dogs or else you won't see him again. Or some shit like that. That'd be hilarious. So, meanwhile, Hermes is heading back to Earth. And NASA have decided that for the well-being of the Hermes crew, it's for the best that Mark's aliveness, is that a word? Mark's status isn't known to the Hermes crew because they've got 10 months left on their trip, and space is dangerous, and they don't want the crew getting distracted, and they don't want the crew being like, oh fuck, we left somebody on Mars, which is understandable. I feel like that's probably the right play. Like, what would you do? Would you tell the Hermes crew when you discovered Mark was alive, or would you let it sit for a while?
I would absolutely tell them. Because at the end of the day, like, what? Am I not going to tell them to get back to Earth and they know he's alive anyway? Fuck it. I'd be like, yeah, so Mark is alive. He's well, and we're working on a plan to get him back. Don't even worry about it. I'm sure they're going to be upset, but, like,
Yeah.
at least there's a reassurance that, like, we're working on it. We're just not leaving him there for dead.
Yeah. I feel like what we do in the book is they say once we figure out a plan, that's when we'll tell Hermes that Mark is still alive. And they eventually do tell Hermes that Mark is still alive, and predictably they do. Commander Lewis, who's in charge of the mission, is like, I left him behind. Oh dear. Like, well, yeah, but you had to do what you had to do because he was essentially dead. You didn't. He flatlines, thing through his body, 2 and 2 eventually makes 17, but in your head they made 4 at the time. That's what you have to do. Maths is mathing.
Mm-hmm.
But she's all heartbroken and whatnot. We left him behind. And the rest of the crew is like, oh, it's okay, it's fine. They don't really have a lot to say about it, do they?
No.
I don't remember them saying much.
So.
It's like, oh no, but, like, what can they do?
Yeah. Because again, there's nothing, and one of the things I liked about this book is that it is very kind of grounded in real science. Like, they can't just do a U-break turn and go back to Mars because that's not how spaceships work. Like, this isn't the Enterprise. They can't just be like, off we go. Which would have been cool if they did, but that's not how space travel works. So they're like, oh no, sad. However, this is where a man called Rich Purnell comes into the situation, because Rich has figured out that if Hermes comes back to Earth, they can use the Earth's gravity to slingshot around the planet, head back to Earth, pick up Mark, then come home. Now, I forget exactly how long they said that would add to the trip.
I think it's like a year.
Crew. Is it a year?
I think it adds like a year to their trip.
Okay. Because I know they've got 10 months coming back, but they've been gone 2 months, because it's been 2 months since they left Mark, and that's when his memorial is, and then it's 10 months back to Earth. So a year, essentially, yes. That maths. I just added 10 and 2, that's a year. times. So Rich Purnell works out they can send Hermes back, slingshot around Earth, back to Mars, pick up Mark, whoopsie-doo, they all come home again. But NASA says, absolutely fucking not. Are you out of your mind? These people are already shell-shocked. They've survived so much, we cannot send them back to Mars. Good idea, but no idea. Chuck it in the fuck it bucket. That's when Mitch comes in with an idea. Now, Mitch is in charge of Hermes and Hermes operations. And Mitch thinks the crew should have been told immediately about Mark being alive. And Mitch sends them what will become known as the Rich Purnell maneuver, which is sending the ship back. This is when China comes into. No, China doesn't come into it yet because they've got the idea that they're going to send a resupply probe to Mars. They're going to put some food into it, bits of equipment and whatnot, and just launch it at Mars. It'll land. Mark can get it. He'll survive until Ares 4. And what they neglect to do at NASA is go through the proper checklist because they're so concerned about Mark starving that they're like, listen, we need to send this as quickly as we can, as fast as we quickly and fast and quickly, both at the same time. We just need to get this rocket to him or else he is fucked. Get the rocket going. And what they neglect to do is they neglect to calculate for the equipment, not the equipment, the food supply, which is in some kind of slime. Not slime. What's I don't know what term they use.
I think the pressure of like going to space, like the food like smushed and became slime.
Yes.
And so then because they thought it was going to be a solid, it would have been fine. But because it became a liquid, it threw the balance of everything off. And that's why it went. Pew.
Yeah. And it was something like 1%, 2% off balance. But even that is more than enough to send a spaceship into fuck. That's an actual destination. It sent the spaceship into fuck. So that spaceship blows up, and there's no money to build another one. There's no chance now. Basically, they're fucked.
There's like no money, and well, I guess they could keep trying to appeal for money, but like they also don't have another engine or like
they don't have an engine, and they don't have time to build a new one because he will starve by the time they make a new one.
Yeah. And that's something that I got thinking about in this book, because I admit I am not a rocket engineer. I am not many things. I am not a pastry chef. I am not a plumber. I am not a firefighter.
Whoa, wait, since when?
I just don't have the ability to fix pipes. I wish I could.
Peter, our whole relationship has been a lie.
I know. I was hoping this would never come up, but thanks to Andy Weir and the Martian, it's
fuck this
all
guy.
Fucked. That is 3.5, 4 years completely down the drain. My apologies. I bid you good day.
It's nice knowing you.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I'm not a rocket engineer, but they have the blueprints. They know how to build a rocket. So why can't we build a rocket?
I think it's more of like getting all the pieces. Like it's not just like pulling out a flower and then it suddenly becomes a piece of metal that you can attach to like a rocket ship. Like they have to, I assume those are specially designed and made, and so just like the time to manufacture it and then ship it over and then put it together and then
they
test
can't
it
just
to make sure they put it in right.
You can't just like hop in a car and like go to Home Depot and get materials, right?
Yeah.
Like it is all very like specialized, and then each piece has to go through like special testing to make sure it's actually good quality and like nothing's fucked up. Because I think that was also something that they brought up, was there's something about like the bolts. There was like something wrong with the bolts, and normally they would have been they would have tested enough to realize it, and they would have been replaced. But because they had to go so fast, they couldn't do all the tests necessary, and then the bolts ended up breaking.
One of the liquid sheared a bolt, which would have been fine, but because they didn't do the tests, it all spiraled. Rocket goes boom. Yeah, and I gather you it's not like just picking up a new Ford Corolla off the car lot.
Yeah.
But Again, I understand it probably is specialist equipment. You just can't throw it together. But you have the blueprints for it. Why would it? I imagine with enough money, you can do anything, and they've got some cash to spend.
Well, they say it.
Like, the time.
Yeah, like they talk about it in the book. They're like, because someone's like, "Oh, just do all the overtime." He's like, "We're already at like max capacity with overtime. Like, a human can only work so much, right?"
Yeah.
And you can only employ so many people that are
actually trained. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't just like hire like Jane Doe off the street and be like, all right, you're gonna now help us build a rocket. Like, even just to like manufacture the parts, I'm assuming you need like special training and like a very good eye for detail. So it's just like there's just not enough time before he starves. Like that's their biggest thing is trying to find the time.
Yeah, and expand the food he does have, including his potatoes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that does. I don't guess it makes sense. It does make sense, but that was one of the big questions I always. It's just something I never thought. Like, why, with enough money, you can build. Why not just build a new rocket? But anyway, that is when China comes into it, because China has a rocket. They have a booster. They have the engine, and the problem is that China and America are not best friends diplomatically. They are not like this. So it'd take longer than Mark has to negotiate. So they use the term, which I love. They keep it between scientists, which is a term I love, because imagine if all the nations on Earth kept it between scientists. Like, what could science come up with if all scientists collaborated without diplomats and governments and all kinds of shit getting involved with? So, China Space Agency, is it just called the Chinese Space Agency? I don't know what they're called.
No
They
clue.
they contact NASA, and they're like, hey, we have a, you know that thing of yours that just blew up and you don't have the money or the time or the energy to make a new one? We've got one. You got one. It's just out there, just out back. Look, you can see it in the back of the Zoom call. There it is. You wanna come over? Maybe pack a few things in it. It'd be fine. And NASA are like, you know what? Let's do that. So they negotiate. NASA and the Chinese Space Agency negotiate. And as I think it was you who said, Victoria, that China is not happy about this, because the Chinese diplomats say, like, listen, we have scuppered our whole space project for this, because diplomatically we shouldn't be doing this. We should not be talking to America, but this is between scientists. We're doing this for humanity. We're doing this for Mark. But just know, in the future, we are fucked. So thank you and fuck you. In that order.
I mean, like, so from what I remember, like, no one knew that China had this rocket, first of all.
Yeah.
And so, like, they could have just, like, kept their mouths shut and been like, whatever, and there would have been no repercussions, because no one knows. And also, I think, like, no one would expect them to do that, because they're not, like, besties. There are those tensions, so people will be like, you know what? Yeah, not surprised. But yeah, China does come forward, and they're like, hey, like, we can help. And I think part of what they negotiate is, like, not the next Ares mission, because that crew is already picked, but, like, some other, I think the one after, maybe?
Ares,
Ares 5.
Yeah.
They said about Ares 6 bringing back Mark's body, so Ares 5 would be the one with the crew member?
Yeah, they'll put a Chinese astronaut on there. And then, this is, like, I don't know if it's, like, at this time or, like, later. I feel like it's later in the book, closer to when they release the rocket, that one of the Chinese diplomats or reps is like, hey, like, I need you guys to understand that, like, yeah, we don't mind doing this, and, like, we're happy to help, but I need you to understand, like, how much of an impact this has on our space program. And, like, it's even putting our astronaut on your ship, like, that's great, but that doesn't really put us ahead, because they're going to learn the same shit at the same time.
Yeah.
So it is very,
yeah, it's a big leap for humanity and for space travel, and for China getting to put one of their astronauts into the Ares 5, but in terms of China's space program, it's basically the nail in the coffin for it, as far as I understand.
I don't think, like, it's not, like, gonna die. It's just, like, that one specific project. Now that they don't have it, right? They're like...
Yeah, I mean, I thought, like, if I'm remembering correctly, like, the main issue was like among the scientists, they're like, okay, well, the government's going to get the money back for like
Yeah.
the booster, right? And they're not going to put that money back into the space program. They're just going to pocket it. So it's like
Yeah.
that's why
Okay.
that is going to like kill that space program or that mission that they wanted to do with that booster.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense now. Because I did wonder why, but I could not remember to save what little life I have left. Meanwhile, Mitch, who is in charge of Hermes, that's the ship, who is in charge of Hermes, has sent them a couple of schematics because Mitch has been forbidden to tell them about this plan. Because again, it's space travel is dangerous. They don't want the crew in trouble. And Mitch has been like, that's bullshit. Fuck you guys. I'm going to tell them because they have a right to choose whether or not they take this mission. So Mitch sends them the Rich Purnell maneuver, which would involve docking with the Chinese spacecraft, resupplying, and then using the slingshot heading back to Mars. Now, I Googled this because I wanted to make sure I knew exactly what I was talking about. In NASA, there is no official terms of mutiny, because that's what this would be. It would be mutiny. Because NASA could remotely control Hermes. Even if the crew decide, fuck you, we're doing it, NASA could automatically override Hermes, bring it back to Earth, and get the crew off. Get the crew off the rocket, I should clarify that. It's been a long year, that's all I'm saying. But with this plan, the Hermes crew would need to disable the autopilot, they need to disable all the stuff from NASA and control the ship themselves, which officially counts mutiny, which Commander Lewis says is not a term she takes lightly because I believe Commander Lewis's background is she Air Force?
I don't know if
It does say at one point.
Yeah, her and one other person is in the military.
Yeah.
And so when she's telling them, she's like, you need to think extra careful because you're in the military and they could charge you for whatever and strip you of everything.
That's right. Because they are military, they have repercussions for mutiny, but the other three members of the crew are just astronauts, so they face no real penalty. They won't get to go back to space. Oh no, we spent a year here, 2 years already. What are we going to do? Oh no, terrible. So as you said, Victoria, Commander Lewis does say, listen, this is not, let's go get him, fucking, let's go. Think about this shit carefully. But of course they all say, let's go get him immediately. And so they tell NASA, fuck you, fuck your mothers. We're taking over this ship. We are collecting the supply probe. We're fucking off back to Mars. You can either give us the high five on the way past, fuck yourself. And at this point, a lot has been put into bringing Mark back. A lot has been spent, time, effort, money, into bringing Mark back. And so NASA has to publicly play along and be like, yes, this was our plan all along. We wanted to do this. The crew isn't mutinying. They're not stealing our multi-billion-pound spaceship, which is not under our control anymore, so we can't do shit with it. And Hermes captures the resupply probe. They do the slingshot round Earth, go back to Mars. Hooray! Except not hooray. Because meanwhile, on Mars, Mark finds himself with some literal shit hitting the actual fan. Because he's been using one airlock to go in and out of the hab. They call it ingress and egress, I believe is the official space terms. So he's been going in and out of the hab through this one airlock. And the airlock is essentially made out of fabric. And if you rub fabric together too much, it'll break, it'll rip, it'll tear. And being that the hab is pressurized and there is no atmosphere on the tiniest, most, I think it's described as like a microscopic tear, that happens in the entrance to the airlock. Airlock blows, the hab implodes, Mark finds himself over near the other side of the crater, and he's fucked because he has to repair the hab and all the equipment went bang, but most importantly, it's killed all the the shit in the soil, which made the soil grow so he can't grow any more potatoes. Shit. Bad times for Mark. And one of my problems with this is, again, I'm not an expert, I'm not a rocket scientist, I'm not a botanist, but why can't he just do it again? Like, he's been shitting this whole time. So why... Is that explained?
Well, I don't quite remember. I think part of it has to do with the potatoes are now like frozen solid, so any
Yeah.
bacteria that would have made them grow and be like viable, like to plant them again, is like gone. So he doesn't have material to work with besides shit. So like he needs a
Okay.
seed or something, and he
Yeah.
doesn't have that anymore.
That makes sense. Because, again, there is no pressure or atmosphere on Mars. It's freezing outside. So when the hab pops, it freezes inside. I feel like I'm really mansplaining science, mansplaining space. And I promise I don't mean to, but just not everything...
I mean, the
not
book
be-
mansplained it to us anyway.
I'm just following up on a grand tradition of mansplaining.
Yeah.
No, I just feel like, for explanation's sake, things may need to be explained. So his airlock has popped. He can't grow any more potatoes. But on the plus side, being back in communication with NASA, they're helping him prepare the rover to take to Ares 4. And the current plan is that Hermes is on its way back to Mars. Mark will drive over to Ares 4 and use their Mars Ascent vehicle, their MAV, to lift off from the surface. But he has to modify that vehicle so it reduces drag and gets off the planet. That's the whole thing. We'll come to it. So he modifies the rover. He has to drill holes in it and make balloons and extra space. But while he's working on it, electrical fuckery happens. That's the only way I can think to describe it. Electrical fuckery. And he short circuits Pathfinder. And for real, Pathfinder is dead this time. R.I.P. Pathfinder, you'd have loved Pink Pony Club. And so he can't talk to NASA anymore. That line of communication is broken. But he has enough of a plan where he can figure it out, put it together, and so eventually he starts the drive from Ares 3 to Ares 4. Hooray, good times. But not quite. And this is one of my least favorite bits of the book. Like, first off, on the way to Ares 4, he finds himself in the middle of a storm, but he can't quite see, because it's the way Mars' atmosphere works, he can't see a big cloud like we would on Earth, so gradually that reduces his charging power, the solar panel charging. And NASA is watching this happen, and they're like, he's gonna die because he'll run out of power, his rover will break down, he'll be in the middle of the Mars desert, just fucked. R.I.P. Mark. But he figures it out because reasons. It was like a problem.
So I did get this far. I stopped after the dust storm and the rover car crash, and I was like, this is much. Which is close to the end of the book. It's like the end of chapter 24, but I
you
was like, I'm
basically made
over
it to the end.
It's so close to the book. So for you, you don't know how the book ends. He could be dead on NASA. Right?
Well, I watched the
Surprise.
movie a long time ago as a child, so I know he gets saved. I just don't remember all the intricacies.
Right, because I was going to ask how far you made it into the book, and if this is now spoiler territory for you.
It is not, unless it's different, like a lot different from the movie, then no.
No, but the dust storm doesn't really come up in the movie as far as I haven't seen it in 2-3 years, but the dust storm doesn't come up, and neither does Crash.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a photo of the dust storm in the movie, and it's not coming up. Only the
'cause,
very
while-
first one is coming up.
While I was reading the book, I was like, I don't remember all of these accidents happening in the movie. Like, this seems like a lot of, oh fuck, I almost died. But I figured it out.
That's the whole book. It's just,
Yeah,
oh fuck,
whole
this
book
almost
could have
killed
been
me.
called,
Oh no, this
"Oh,
one
fuck."
did too.
yeah. Oh fuck, I almost died. Which is what it's called in Russia. Oh fuck, I almost died. It's like Alone on Mars is the title in France. Fuck, I died, the title in Russia.
Which is accurate.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't like the dust storm part of it, and then he gets through that. He notices the batteries aren't charging, and he figures out, oh, must be a storm. I'll drive this fucking way. Yay, good times. He makes it. And then he has a fucking car crash. Now, there's a story I covered on the show many years ago, the radio show, where the only 2 car owners on Earth, first 2 people to own automobiles, crashed into each other.
Of course. Of course. All the road in the world
Yes.
crash into each other.
Because humans, am I right? So the only fucking person on a planet manages to have a car crash. Because what happens is he approaches the rim of where Ares 4 ramp, I guess? A natural ramp? Like a hill, I guess?
Pretty much.
So he's going down into this crater, and the rover's wheel hits a bit of soft sand or whatever the fuck it is, and the wheel goes down. Film fucking tips, bim bim bom, and everything again. See if I had put him in some kind of jeopardy, like, oh no, it broke the air reclaimer, or it broke the water, or some shit like. Then there would have been a point to it, like, okay, now I've got to hurry. On top of my additional hurrying, I've got to hurry to get to Ares 4 to survive. Just tips it back over, gets a big stick, tips it back over, literally gets a big stick, tips it back over onto its wheels, recouples them, off he trundles along. Fucking pointless. Wasn't that? Even if he'd have maybe broken his arm off.
Yeah, at least like
how do I
some
get-
kind of an
Yes.
injury. I feel like
Some kind of jeopardy.
I feel like it was only added so that people can't be like, oh, how did he drive that far and nothing bad happened?
Yeah.
Like, I think it was literally just to, like, negate anything like that. Just to be like, oh, he fell, but it's fine.
Yeah, like if he'd have gotten to the surface of, or he'd gotten to Ares 4, like, ooh, that was a fun wee drive.
Yeah.
But it just didn't sit well with me. Those were the few bits I didn't like in the book.
Yeah, he should have
So now-
broken his arm. God.
Yeah, like-
a little bitch.
Even literally his arm.
Just, like, stub a toe or something.
Yeah, break a toenail. Break your bottle of nail varnish. Something. Nothing. Everything's fine and dandy. So he gets to Ares 4, and he starts the process to launch the Mars ascent vehicle. So he has to take the roof off it, he has to take the doors off it, he has to strip all the panels, he has to take out all the other seats. So he's... I think they make the term... I know they say it in the film, but they make the comment in the book that he's going into space in a convertible, which is basically what it is.
Yep.
And so he strips the vehicle of all this shit, including like a lot of control, because when Hermes comes back, they can remotely control the vehicle, so Mark doesn't even need to drive it. And because they're taking off all the protections, the speeds will hit him extra far, so he needs to be prepared to be unconscious at some point.
Yeah, he might pass out.
Yeah, he might
basically
pass out.
it.
Yeah. So he does all this, he prepares and gets ready. Ares 4, not Ares 4, what's it called? Hermes comes back into orbit. The crew who left him behind are back to be like, hey bud, you need a lift? And they're mathing it out. And everything's ready. Mark is ready to launch. 3, 2, 1, boom. Rocket takes off. And for whatever reason, I don't think it's quite described in the book, it just says, for whatever reason, the Mars ascent vehicle drags. Like, it doesn't get the speed it should upon takeoff. Reasons. And so, on Hermes, they're working it out that the vehicle isn't going fast enough, so it won't escape the Mars trajectory, so it won't like, Hermes is coming in, the vehicle's coming in, the plan is to dock. Hey, we go home, good times. But Hermes is coming in, the vehicle's going, and it's like, hi, right past each other.
Oh no.
And that's where it ends. So, Jam, what did you... I'm sorry. I will not do that again, I promise.
Yes,
For
you
at
will.
least this book. I will. I have.
Okay.
You know me too well. I hate that. So, they're trying to figure it out, and the Hermes crew figure if they can slow down, then their trajectories will match closer It still won't be a perfect match, but then they can send somebody out tether to grab Mark. So what they do is they blow up the front of a ship, which is what we'd all do that, wouldn't we? I don't even need to ask what would you do, because I think I know you and Victoria pretty well, Jam. You'd blow up your ship, wouldn't you?
Nah.
You wouldn't blow
What are you
up a
talking about?
spaceship to save me?
Wouldn't you?
If that was me stuck on Mars, you wouldn't blow up a little part of your spaceship to come save me. You would just
Was
let
that
me
the
die.
only option? I
Yeah.
couldn't like throw a rope
Yeah.
out the back and be like, I caught you.
No.
Yeah,
Blow
but
up
I
that's the
can't.
only-
I can't catch it. I'm unconscious.
Yeah, it's
Wake
the only
up.
option to slow down the ship, because the ship doesn't have brakes. You can't
Yeah.
exactly do you can't do a handbrake turn, skid into the orbit, and just off you go. Space doesn't work like that, apparently.
Damn.
I know,
It
right?
was nice knowing you.
Yeah.
So close to saving me, and you won't blow up a little part of your ship. That's messed up, man.
Okay, I would probably
Thank
blow
you.
it up.
Thank
What about
you.
And if
would you blow?
we die, we all die together.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I mean, I would blow up my ship for you. That's all I'm saying. So that's the plan. They blow up the front of the ship, and that slows down Hermie. Again, the problem is that because Mark's MAV, the Mars Ascent Vehicle, didn't reach the correct velocity coming out of Mars, it's still going to be like, bye, fuck you, as we go past each other like, fuck you, kind of thing. Which I love, by the way, when somebody's like, fuck you out a window, and it's like, oh, no. I love that. Nothing makes me laugh harder. And there is a name for that, but I forget what it's called. But anyway, back on point. Mark has reawoken, and he's like been on Mars for 2 years, year and a half, 2 years at this point. He's fallen down a hill. He's fried Pathfinder. He's whamming his own shit, but it's lifting off from Mars' surface, which ribs. That's the only thing that happens to this fucker during the whole mission. Is he? And he doesn't even break his ribs; they're fractures because of the speed lifting off the planet. Yeah. So he's awake, and they figure out that they still can't quite reach because Hermes is still going too fast. The MAV is going too slow. So what Mark decides he's going to do in the film, he describes it as being like Iron Man. He's going to put a little in his glove, which the pressure will make him lift off, fly into space. Somebody can grab him. Now everyone on Hermes is like, "Are you out of your fucking mind? This space is 3D. You're not just going from here to here. You cannot visually see this. You cannot visually do this." Because, fuck you, you can't. Mark decides he's going to do it anyway. So, Hermes sends, I forget which crew member, was it Beck they send out, or was it Vogel?
The doctor, whichever one that is.
I think we're all doctors, aren't they?
No, there's
No.
one. No, there's one like special doctor guy.
Is that the German guy?
Maybe. Who
Maybe.
knows?
I
So
can't,
one of
'cause
them.
I feel like we haven't talked about the Hermes crew very much.
No.
Because two of them are banging. Which they think is a big secret, but everybody else knows. They're like, it's a spaceship. You cannot hide shit on a spaceship, so...
Oh, it's Beck. Beck is the doctor.
Is it Beck? Okay. Because
Yeah.
I knew I cast him for a reason, but I couldn't remember if he was the one who went out on the tether. So they basically tied all these ropes together, and they send Beck out on these ropes as far as it can go. Mark, in his glove, off he goes. I'm acting it out for you. It's fabulous. You okay, Jen?
I was yawning.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were
sorry.
sneezing.
No.
I have that effect whenever I'm telling a story. And this is the exciting bit. This is the end. This is where we find out what happened. Oh yeah, Mark's flying through space. I'm sorry, Jan. Yeah, so Mark does his glove, flies off into space, launches into Beck's arms, wheel him aboard, they all go home. Basically the end.
Is it the end? Like,
I mean,
actually?
basically, yeah. The next
Okay.
chapter is Mark is on the spaceship, and he's like, they saved me. I probably smell a bit because I haven't been bathing for 2 years. But
Ew.
humans went through all this effort to save me. Why did they do that? The human spirit, blah, blah, blah. That's basically the end. Isn't it, Victoria?
Yeah, yeah, we don't really find out, like, what happens after.
When he gets to Earth and every country's bankrupt.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, because they spent all this money trying to save him and keep him alive. So that's... In the film, there is a little PS where he's a teacher at a university.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not in the book. That's added for the film.
Huh.
So they're all...
Closure.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even make it to Earth in the end of the book. He's still in space.
Terrible way to end the book.
He says it's gonna be 211 days before I'm back on Earth.
It's awful.
Anyway, my ribs hurt like hell. My vision is still blurry from acceleration sick. I'm really hungry. It'll be another 211 days before I'm back on Earth. And apparently I smell like a skunk took a shit on some sweat socks. This is the happiest day of my life. The end.
Ew. Okay. Well, hopefully they make it back alive and
Imagine they
not
didn't.
malnourished.
Imagine their reactor goes up, like what's powering Hermes is some kind. Imagine that blows or down and drift and stop in the middle of space. And because they disabled the autopilot, NASA has no way of bringing the ship back. And so this multi-billion-pound ship that they've spent so much money on, so much energy going back to Earth and then back to Mars, heading back to Earth, that breaks down. And that's the sequel I want. Although they do discuss at one point when the ship is getting ready to turn around, all the crew talk to their families on Earth, and Beth Johansson, who was Beth banging? I forget who Beth was banging, but she was banging somebody on the ship. She's talking to her family, and her family's like, yeah, but what if something goes wrong? How will you survive? And I'm the designated survivor, and I will survive. She's trying not to say it, but her family are like, but there's no food. What will you do? And she's like, there will be food. I am the designated survivor. And her family still aren't getting it, so they're like, what do you mean there'll be food? Listen, motherfuckers, there will be a big block of meat, 4 of them, on this spaceship. I will survive. And that's when Penny drops and they're like, yeah, okay, well, you're not invited to Thanksgiving. So... Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say that was a really good summary.
Thank you.
10 out of 10.
One of the best.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was tough. I think that wasn't fun. But so we take a break and then we'll go into the questions and I will tell you how much this cost, according to Google.
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll take a little break. We will come right back. No flipping.
We're back.
We're back.
Yay.
We're back.
Hello.
Look at us. Look at us being all handsome and shit. Look at us.
Hell
Hey.
yeah.
Hey. We are the #1 most handsome book club in the world. Oh yeah.
I hope
How do we
so.
do that? Oh yeah. Oh, have you seen the other book clubs? Full of ugly fuckers. Us? Beautiful.
I do not associate with
No,
this man.
I do not endorse this message at all.
Okay, listen, right? There was it was shared amongst us. I won't say anything, but Victoria shared a comment on a previous book club video, and I am expecting a follow-up comment like, right, listen, you fuckers. The first
I got
comment was
so
posted before
scared.
I watched it.
What was the
Second-
comment?
The one from Jackie I was like, oh fuck, this is it. This is the end. Because she's
Yeah.
like, oh, she was so nice. First of all, she was very
She was
sweet.
so nice.
She's like, oh, I'm gonna share this discussion with my readers. And I was like, oh fuck, what did we say? I'm like, are they about to come and yell at us? Like, what did we say?
I've been following her for a bit, so when you shared that comment, I was like, I didn't think she would see it. No.
Yeah.
But like, we didn't say anything bad. Like, I think the most is like we were raging on the lack of communication between the characters.
Yeah.
Like, they could have
Yeah.
resolved all this if they talked.
Like, I went back onto our Instagram and was like, shit, what did we rate this? What did we rate this? Did it fairly fairly, I think.
Yeah.
I think we did
But we
a
also
pretty solid
did
rating.
say, yeah, we did say like we would read another book about this story. So it's
Yeah.
like, good. You know,
Okay.
we liked it. We didn't
Yeah.
trash the book at all.
Yeah, we've never
Not like
done
some of the
that.
other ones.
What was the exact comment? Hang on, I'll find it here. Because I commented, I knew that would come back to just. What did I say?
It's like I serve the queen
In
or
service to the
something.
queen. That's because that's
Yeah.
what I originally. That's what when I was looking for the book. That's what I thought it was called. And I went into bookshops, and was like, "Do you have in service to the queen?" And she made it that far in the video to comment. That was her, and I was like, "I fucking knew that would come back to haunt me at some point. My own stupidity has hung me up to dry."
I still haven't replied. I don't know what to say.
I think if
I'm
she hasn't
nervous.
blocked us, we're good.
Yeah,
No, but I think I should reply to be like, oh, thanks for watching or something.
You should.
we do not associate with Peter. We do not know this man. You can find him and just give my email address, my phone number, my home address. This is where you
Yeah.
can find him if you have comments.
Just like, so glad you enjoyed our review.
Yeah.
Please don't kill us.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Alright, on to this
Yes.
month's book.
On to
Yeah.
this month's book, which, if you're just joining us, we have read and reviewed and recapped The Martian by Andy Weir. So I have the answer to the question, how much did this all cost? Like, in terms of man-hour, and equipment, and financially, take a guess at how much. Do either of you know the answer? I don't think it
No.
was said in the book, but did you Google it or anything?
I did not.
I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to let you guess which... No.
Is it multiple choice, or do you want us to just like spit out a random number?
Yes, spit out a random number, and whoever is closest without going over wins 10,000.
I hope it doesn't cost as much as I'm thinking, so I'm not going to go too much higher, but I'm thinking $1 trillion. I don't know, rocket components seem really expensive to me, and then all of the overtime for like
Yeah.
a year? $1 trillion.
And then you have, don't forget, there was that rocket that also blew up, so they had the cost of that rocket, the cost of all of the supplies for that rocket, and then bringing Pathfinder back, bring back all the Pathfinder people, digging that up, updating it. So man hours, time and expense put into it. You're saying 1 trillion?
$1 trillion.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay. Victoria.
I'm gonna go a lot lower. I think they
Fair,
spent
honestly.
$1. No.
In fairness, that in Price is Right rules, that would win.
Right? Closest without going over.
Closest without going over. So technically, that if it is $1 trillion or less over, you win, Jam. So what do you say, Victoria?
I'm gonna go like 20 million.
20 million.
Yeah. I don't know how
Are you
much a
locking
rocket
that in?
costs these days. Yeah, I'm
Are
gonna
you
lock
locking
in.
that in?
I'll lock in 20 million.
So the total cost, according to Google, to save Mark Watney from the surface of Mars spread over 2 years, remembering boosters and dealing with China, because they had to be paid back for their booster and equipment, man hours, labor, all the updates and equipment. $200 billion.
Damn it! I knew it was in the billions, but I was like, no, inflation.
See, I was like, billions probably, but maybe not. I also forgot it was like 2 years of like overtimes.
Yeah. Oh, a ton of overtime as well. So
Yeah.
we've got that going in. And do you think when they rescue, it does that wasn't included in the breakdown that I saw by Google, but do you think people got bonuses? Like, thank you for working hard. Here's a couple of extra pennies in your pocket for helping.
Absolutely not. This is America
Yeah.
that we're
That's
talking
true.
about. They didn't. Their bonus was that they saved this man's life.
Yeah, they get
And
to put
I
it
don't
on their
know.
resume. They get a pat on the
Yeah.
back. Maybe a
There'll be
pizza
news
party.
segment. It'll be like the president thanking them, but not like saying their name. Just be like, "Thank you for the staff."
Yeah.
That's their bonus.
And they get a pizza party. That's very important.
Yeah,
But only like to a maximum of $50.
like one slice, not even.
Yeah, everyone gets
Yeah.
one slice and a can of pop. And
Not
one of
even a
those
can
like
of pop,
little
like a
chip
plastic-
bags.
Oh my god.
I was thinking like, you know, one of those tiny plastic, not like a this big, but like that, like a plastic cup, not even like a solo cup, like
Yeah.
a tiny wee plastic cup you get to the kids.
Like a
birthday party,
mouthwash
that-
cup.
Yes,
Ew.
like that on top.
That's all. We're so poor after this. This
Yeah.
is all we can afford. Sorry, guys.
At the party, they only play like royalty-free music, so they don't have to
Yeah.
pay the licensing fee. For
It's like
actual
no
music.
name brand like cola. It's not Coke.
Yeah. And it's like the orchestral version of "Celebrate" by Kool and the Gang.
Yeah.
So it's like a fake oboe being like burr, 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 burr. There's nobody singing. It's just they don't even have singers. It's just anyway. So yeah, $200 billion is the estimated cost to save Mark Watney.
That's a lot of money still.
That is a lot.
Not
of
a
money.
trillion.
And it's not a trillion. I don't know. Is a trillion more than like who wins? Is
Well,
a
I
trillion
only pulled
closer
out-
to a billion?
A
I don't know.
trillion's like 100 billions. I don't know. That number just came to me because I heard something about some country increasing some kind of budget over the next 10 years. It was going to cost like 1.3 trillion. I was like, oh, we have those numbers in real life. Okay. I didn't realize we had at least $1 trillion worth. Whatever.
We have billionaires. Do you think there are trillionaires? on
Fucking
Earth?
hope not, because if I see one on site, I don't care if I go to jail. You have $1 trillion and you tell me that? Goodbye.
But one of the things I've read is that if you are a trillionaire, you have nobody knows you're a trillionaire. Like you keep your name on all kind of lists and shit like that.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. So because I know that there are a handful of billionaires, like obviously Fuckwit and his baby Fuckwit and the Amazon Fuckwit.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Those Fuckwits.
Very public new money billionaires.
Yeah. I believe Jay-Z is a billionaire. I think
Absolutely.
Dr. Dre is a billionaire. Matt Stone and Trey Parker, the guys who made South Park, are now billionaires.
Only just?
Only just.
Wow.
That's a
Taylor
whole
Swift
thing.
is a billionaire.
Taylor
Oh,
Swift is a billionaire.
All these people I have to eat. And I like their content.
Oh, apparently
I
it's
don't know
only
why.
because she owns her masters now.
Oh, that's fair.
So it's not like she has like $1 billion in the bank. It's just
Yeah.
her worth because of what she owns.
Oh, I wonder how much that applies to a lot of people then. If it's not like I don't have $1 billion in the bank,
Yeah.
it's just I'm worth that much.
Yeah. I know Dre has $1 billion because he sold Beats, and I believe it was Beats that made him the billionaire.
It's by Dre.
Beats by Dre.
Everyone loved that shit.
Well, I haven't seen a Beats in a dog's age. Do people still? I assume it is still going.
I don't know. I just know
don't
people
know.
talk
My-
shit about them.
My brother had the headphones, and I broke one of them before, and then I had to buy him a new one. I was like, "Ugh, but I'm a poor university student, and now I have to eat noodles for because I had to spend my paycheck on these stupid headphones you don't even use.
$350. Jesus Christ.
That is quite expensive.
Oh, and these are just
Why
like
is-
little over-ear things. Ew.
Why
Oh, no,
is
those
Jay-Z a billionaire though? Because I know he has like fashion and
Rock Nation.
What's
Rock
that?
Nation, because that's fashion and perfume and all kinds of things.
Rock
It's not
Nation
just
is like
music.
it's called a producer company. So like Beyonce is under Rock Nation and Megan Thee Stallion is under Rock Nation, just like a bunch of other artists.
Right.
And then like the money they're making is making him.
I see.
And I think he also collaborates with other entertainment people, like Super Bowl, that kind of stuff. Like he has a say in that.
Yeah, he programs the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah. So he's like got a lot of connections.
Yeah. Is Ryan Reynolds, because I know he's got aviation vodka and he had like a phone company
Yeah.
at one point. I don't know if Ryan Reynolds is a billionaire. If he's not far from it. I
The
don't think.
internet is telling me no.
No, okay,
He ain't that rich.
No.
yeah. And if they are just, I mean, how it says here 200 billion. So I wonder how much all these billionaires do have. Like, could a bunch of billionaires together have saved more money?
I thought that you were gonna say, can they save us from global warming?
Yes, they can.
Yeah,
but
they
won't,
can.
'cause they're fuckers.
Yeah.
Fuck every one of you. We're gonna eat you. Your faces first.
I'm
I said what
sure
I said.
some of them, a lot of them could. I don't know how many billionaires are on Earth and how many billions they have.
Yeah, I believe
So I don't really
Bezos
know.
had like 3 billion because his ex-wife got half in their divorce. So whatever he had was halved. So I think he's down to only 3 billion now. I mean, how
How's
is
he
he
gonna
going to sleep at night?
survive?
Oh, 3.
Yeah, poor
He's
guy.
barely a billionaire.
I know, right? And back before she lost her shit, the Potter author was a billionaire, and she gave so much of her money to charity that she lost her billionaire status. But now, C word, which I won't say, so because I don't wish to offend. But
Offend.
She's a
No,
massive
I
bitch and we hate her. Fuck her.
we very much do.
That's our official stance as a book club.
Yeah, clip that and send it to her. I don't give a fuck.
And now we know where all
What's
her
she-
money went. Fuck that
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah. What's she gonna do? Come to my house and be like, "Expecto Patronum" at me? Go on, I dare you, fucker. Go on, come to my house. See what happens. Fuck around and find out, bitch.
Let's do the first question.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm hot in this room and I would like to get some ice cream.
I'm sorry. I took that to a whole place.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, the finance is 200 billion. Say to.
That's a crazy amount of money.
Is it worth it? But if it was a bunch of people, I could see it. But just one person?
I don't know. Well, I think in a way they kind of made it worth it because they did have him still working. So like at least he's coming back with like research and
Yeah.
materials. So they could be like, yeah, it's not like he was just fucking around and then we spent 200 billion to get him back. Like
Yeah.
we've learned things about Mars.
And he himself is probably an experiment because he would have been like the longest person to live on Mars in history.
Mm-hmm.
So they study him and shit. The effects of not showering for 2 years. Can you imagine not showering for 2 years?
No, I would have probably killed myself just because I don't want to smell myself like that
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
2 years.
The smell, but
Yeah.
even
After
just
like
like
a week.
feeling the grime. Ugh.
Yeah.
No.
And because he is still sweat, like even if he's in a base dust and shit on the surface of Mars, which when he goes not dissipate, but like not come off him, but not be as much is what I'm saying. Like, even if you're laying in bed at night, there's got to be a point when he's like, and like you smell this, you know? There is definite smell happening. So how do you get nose blind to it? I wonder if he had what kind of air fresheners he had. Like, do they send air fresheners?
Like I'm surprised he didn't, like he had water. He was making water. Why not just like dip
Yeah.
a cloth in and like scrub it dub,
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
if there's no soap,
if
just to feel better, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. He could have done it like once a month if he really didn't want to use water, but like, damn, 2 years without showering? Disgusting. Leave him there.
Yeah. And the argument could be made, like, he needed the water for the potatoes, but he lost the potatoes at one point. So there's just this thing making water,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the water, but I also wonder, because in the film he has a bit of a beard and his hair's long, like that would, I can't have a beard for too long because it drives me crazy. I scratch my own face off. So 2 years with a beard that's just uncontrollable, that would be wild. But do you think, so back to the question, is it, again, you're the head of NASA, you get the final bill, $200 billion, do you think it's worth it? Be honest. This is your own personal thoughts. This isn't going out in a logo or anything. This is you sitting at your desk. You've been handed a bill, $200 billion. What do you think?
I think it would only be worth it for peace of mind because I don't have the entire population of Earth calling me a murderer for abandoning a man on Mars.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like, oh God, how do I justify spending that much money that could have been used for so many other things in the world?
Yeah. That is one of the big hang-ups for me. Sorry, Victoria.
Oh no, honestly, I agree with Jam. Like you could do a lot with 200 mil. Like,
yeah. Not even bill.
Well, sorry, 200. See, Jesus. Like, I don't know. Like, there's just like it's great that they saved him, but I don't, like there's so many people just on Earth that money could have helped.
So many problems could have been solved.
Yeah, like so many schools could have been funded. Like they could have funded healthcare. Like could have like took a crack at global warming, poverty.
You all pulled
crisis.
together. It's like, why didn't you do teamwork on any of those other issues? It was like, no, we got to save this one American man on Mars.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It is just like such an American book. Like the nationalism goes crazy.
Yeah.
Like, do you think this book could have taken place in any other country? Or does it only work because of Americans?
I think it only works in America. Like, if this was the European Space Agency, they'd be like, sorry, but, you have enough morphine. I genuinely wonder, like, if in another universe this was the European Space Agency, if the head of the ESA got on, like, MSN to Mark and was like, hey, bud, you know that emergency plan you had? What if you just did that? ? Winky smiley face, so that if he says no, you can be like, oh, I was just kidding. But if he's like, you know what? I will do that. Good for you, bud. I don't know. I don't think it's all the things you could do with 200 billion. Like, if it was million, maybe. But billion. It's just not even to save one person. I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts. Like, you get a big rock and carve. This is in tribute to Mark Watney, but other than that, that's all he gets. Yeah. So this is the part of the thing. Is this where we ask what we thought of it, or is that later? After the questions.
No, first we start with. Sorry.
No,
okay.
I was going to say whatever you were going to say next, Victoria.
Okay. Yeah, how much did you know about the book before you picked it up?
Peter, you go first.
I feel like I've done nothing but talk. I'm sorry. I just speak shit and noise comes out. I'd seen the film before I'd read the book, but I feel like somebody had mentioned the book before the film. And after I saw the film, I read the book, and honestly, I enjoyed the book more than the film. What about yous?
So, sorry, had you read the book before book club, or was this your first time reading it?
Oh, I'd read the book before book club, yeah.
Okay.
I'd read it a couple times. What about who's above me? Jam, you're above me.
Oh, me. Okay. I watched the movie. I think it was at home though. I'm pretty sure I didn't go into a theater to watch it. So I watched it a really long time ago. I knew there was a book, but I didn't read it until book club. Yeah, Victoria.
Did we watch this for movie night?
Did we watch it for movie night? If only we had somebody who had like a spreadsheet of what we watched on movie night.
I don't know.
I feel like it was suggested, but I don't know if we actually watched
Because I
it.
know we watched the other one. The other space one.
What other space one?
I don't remember what it's called. The space one.
You know, that one is space. It's the space one.
And it's like the like really fucky one with like they go to different planets, and then there's like some kind like the I don't know space movie. Hold on.
Interstellar?
Yeah, see the fucky space movie.
Did we watch
I was
it?
gonna say Star Trek or
No.
Star Wars, but I was like, no, it couldn't
No,
have
no,
been
no,
that
no.
spacey.
No, no, it was
I know
Interstellar.
we haven't seen a Star Wars in book club. I don't know if you've seen a Star Trek in book club.
I
Not
haven't
book club,
watched.
movie
I haven't
night.
watched Star Trek or Star Wars. No, no, it's definitely Interstellar. But
Okay.
I can't remember. I feel like we watched The Martian too. Anyways, I bought the book years ago. Like, my copy is apparently so old. It says soon to be a major motion picture.
Wow.
The movie hadn't even come out, but I bought it because I think I wanted to read it before I watched it. And then it just sat on my shelf for years and years and years. And then I watched the movie. And then I was like, I should probably read some of these books I own. And so I read this one. And then we just reread it for book club. So.
What did you think when you read it?
Well, we're not at that part yet.
Are we not? Oh, okay. See,
We got
my
a few more
stick-
questions before we're there.
Okay, I forget. Every month I forget which order this happens in. Mine says the book behind the motion picture, so I assume it was filmed, but they hadn't come up with the artwork to put Matt Damon on it yet.
Oh, probably.
Oh. Mine doesn't
Is
even
that-
say anything about the movie. It's just like a novel.
I would
In
show
case
you
you
mine,
forgot, it was.
but
Yeah.
Lola's standing on it. She has
Oh,
two little
okay.
paws on it, so.
Oh.
Lola, what did you think of The Martian? I wouldn't have spent that much money either.
Lola,
Mark.
tell us your thoughts on Millie. She is right beside the mic.
Do you think Lola would have spent?
Oh, that's a great opinion.
I agree.
I agree.
We can now wrap book club. We are done.
Yeah.
Not just for today, but forever. Good day.
What?
Would Lola have spent $200 billion saving Mark?
No, she would have spent them on treats
Fair.
and wet food.
She could be like Scrooge McDuck, just diving into it.
Yeah. She just kept it. Maybe she'd buy us a bigger house so she could have like nice big windows to lay in. And she'd be happy.
And she doesn't let you in.
Yeah. Except to feed her.
Yeah.
Alright. How did the book make you feel? Did it make you laugh, cry, cringe, etc.? Yeah.
I think it kept me suitably. I don't know if entertained is the word, but you do wonder how when he engaged. Yes, that's the word. Like when he discovers, like, how am I going to create enough food? Okay, he's mathing this out because it's so easy to say, man gets stuck on the end. But how do you survive day to day? And I think that's one of the things that we're missing in the book. It does a broad stroke. We'll get on to this, but it does broad strokes at his survival, but I'm interested in the day-to-day of it. Like, when does he poop? When does he cry? That kind of thing.
That's true, because I think they kind of like brush it over because I think there was like one part in the book where NASA is just like, oh, I wonder what he's thinking right now. And it's just like Mark making some stupid joke.
Yeah.
So they kind of make it seem like he's just having a very chill time, like not relaxed, of course, but he's just like not making a big deal about his situation at all.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way he's not having some kind of panic every now and
like,
then.
Yeah.
No dark thoughts at all. He's just, oh, I hate the 70s.
It's
Yeah.
like, I wonder how baseball's going.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The only time he really gets emotional, and correct me if I'm wrong, is there's a point when he says, today's Thanksgiving. My family are probably not having the best day today, thinking that I'm fucking dead, so I'll need to survive to make... I don't know if that's the exact terminology they say in the book, but that's basically the thought. Like, I'll need to survive to make it up to them. The only emotional update we get from him.
Yeah, it doesn't go into like like his psychology at all. Like it is just stupid jokes about, which like is how you would probably cope with it. Like what can you do? But I think I would have liked it more if we had have heard more of his like actual inner thoughts, not just like jokes about duct tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
The book did not make me laugh or cry. It made me cringe a lot. And I mean, I didn't finish it because it was just a lot.
We didn't ask why didn't. Are you comfortable telling us why you didn't finish it? Are you?
Yeah, it was not like anything serious. It's just I started reading it and I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then it got like really sciencey. And then I was like, okay, I mean, like you got to explain how the things work. Kind of get it. And I don't know if it's just like not a good fit for me. Like this book made me wonder, like, is this why I don't like sci-fi? And then it was just talking about, I think I was more or less interested up until we got to NASA and all of the red tape and all of the people getting involved to like organize things. Listing. Can't really complain about that. Also, I don't care about any of these people. I don't even care about the people on the Hermes. I don't know them, and there's all these people that are being added, and then they disappear, and then they come back, and it's like, who are you again? And what is going on? And then Mark is always getting some kind of trouble, but it's okay. He's fine. He'll figure it out. I'm like, I think I would have finished it, but I kind of like got to this point where I'm like, if this wasn't book club, would I be finishing this book? No. So I was just like, I'm putting it down. I know I'm close to the end, but that's only because I was trying to finish it for book club.
I think that's fair, yeah. And you are right, there are a lot of characters that do, like, you're introduced to people just as they are. There is no real introduction. Got at NASA, you've got Teddy, who's the head of NASA. Then you've got Venka, who's the head of Mars operation. Then you've got Mitch, who's in charge of the Hermes. Then you've got Mindy, who's in charge of satellites. It's like, who the fuck? You've got Annie, who's the press officer for NASA. Like, I understand there have to be these people, but are they outside of rescuing Mark?
I feel like
their whole function.
We didn't even need Annie.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought she'd play a bigger role. Because, like, she comes in, and then I think Mindy's like, I wish I was like her, because she's, like, this one woman and she's, like, a power gets shit done. And then she just turns into this bitch, unfortunately, that's like, I need to get a headshot of for the press.
Yeah.
And then she's gone. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing
that
here?
Was so... She's like, I need a picture of his face. And they're like, bro, he's on fucking Mars. And, like, they had to explain that to her so many times. And I'm like, you are the PR person for NASA. Yeah. Like, I'm sure you need to know some science-y things to be their PR person. Surely you know if he takes off his helmet, he will die. Like, you can't be that fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Like, at one point, they do go into a couple of press conferences and interviews and stuff. You would expect that kind of question at, like, a press.
Yeah.
Like, somebody from the press to be like, why can't we see his face? And the PR to be like, because he's on fucking Mars. It's not a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Like, just to have to be
ridiculous.
She had to be told multiple times. And I was like, bro, like... Yeah. Like, if you ask once because you're, like, not really thinking about it, sure, you get a pass. But, like, multiple times, bro, come on.
It's like, Annie, you're fired. Like, what is wrong with you? And why do we do for press anyways? This is, like, anyone can log onto NASA's website and a picture. Get off. Yeah. Get off our asses.
And, like...
And at a certain point... Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, the head... Not head NASA guy, but, like, our head... program guy. He was doing interviews anyways.
Yeah, Venka was doing interviews anyway.
So, like, why do they need her? And I actually liked his interviews. I like that they included that kind of stuff. Because it gave, like, some perspective of, like, what was happening with, like, the normal people. It wasn't just doom and gloom and, oh my god. It was also like, oh, it is, like, a beacon of hope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I also feel like those press conferences kind of explained things the average person wouldn't know, because an interviewer would have had to ask the basic questions like, how does oxygen work? How does he make it? And that exposition worked at that point during those press conferences. So what did we need? And at a certain point, Annie just is, for fuck's sake, shit this, fuck that. And it's, you're the press
Like,
person?
why didn't Annie do those interviews? Like, that's literally
Yeah.
her job.
Yeah. It was, so, yeah.
Fuck Annie.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Annie. Who was played by Kristen Wiig in the film, I believe.
Was she?
Oh,
I don't even
Which is fine,
remember.
I don't like Kristen.
You asked the,
I don't
like,
remember anyone besides like Matt Damon's face on like.
I don't even remember.
He was Mark Watney.
I could not have told you that. I'm not gonna lie. All the white guys look the same. I wouldn't have known which one it was. I feel like it's one of them.
Yeah. I'm so proud, by the way, that not a one of us has gone Matt Damon yet.
Yeah, what do you mean? What's that referencing?
Team America.
That is.
Oh,
When all Matt Damon does is go, Matt Damon!
I forgot.
That's okay. What's the... I forgot my next question. So, did it make you laugh, cry, or cringe? Or other? Did you were you angry when you stopped reading? Was it like, fuck this, or were you like, I just can't be? What was the emotion with it?
Unfortunately, when I pay money for a book, I'll read it to the end, even if I don't like it. And I'll just have the same thought with like all of them. It's like, I have already put in this much time, like some money into this, I might as well finish it. And it's just like a bad time. And I got to the point when I stopped, I was just like, I've seen the fucking movie. I know this man gets saved. I don't care. I wasn't angry. I was just like, I'm over it. Like, this is not a meaningful book for me, and I don't want to spend any more time on it.
I'm kind of surprised you bought hardcover of this book.
I try to buy hardcovers of, like, I think every other book, but, like, now I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Are you gonna return it?
I would.
No, I'm gonna keep it. It's going on the bookshelf. It's a nice orange, so I kind of like
It
the
is a
color.
beautiful
It
cover.
is I love
that
this cover. It is actually really pretty, and it's very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks nothing like Mars, but I can understand what it...
Well, I think it's supposed to be like during the dust storm, because he's like falling.
Yeah.
So I think this
Oh,
is like when
maybe.
he... Yeah, he's kind of like... Okay, or not.
I just assumed he was vibing.
Well, I guess you can see on stream, because I use it for the cover on stream. But he's kind of like... He has his hands
Yeah.
up. I think he's like... I think it's supposed to be him falling, like, when he gets not
gets
killed.
impaled.
Yeah.
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 One of the things I think about this book, and I cannot remember our question, so I don't know if this is something we'll get to, but what I found is if I read it on it, because I read it on my phone before, and there's like a sciencey term, you can mostly highlight that and then search it, like what is hydrogen, how does it work, and you can kind of figure out how it works, as opposed to just being like, yeah, take the hydrazine, burn it off, add the oxygen, fucking up it up there like a glove puppet. You can explore it more, so I think if I were to recommend a reread, it would be with that additional help, I guess.
Maybe. Probably not. Like, I probably won't reread this book.
Yeah. You're missing nothing. Spoilers, he's saved. Although, the way this book, and I'm going to go into a little about the production of it, the way it worked is each chapter was released online for free. It wasn't until it was later when it was collected and typed up into a book, like Andy Weir released each part
Hold on,
as
Joe's
he
calling
wrote
me.
it. So he
Okay.
didn't... Sorry, so he didn't want to go to BRB, or... Okay.
No, keep going.
Okay, so yeah, so the way Andy Weir wrote the book is he'd put part upon part, so he didn't quite know how it was going to end. I wonder if there was ever a point when he was like, I am going to kill this fucker. I'm just going to have him have a house land on him like Wizard of Oz. I'm going to have him take off his spacesuit like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. I wonder if there was ever there must be a chapter somewhere on his hard drive that's like, Chapter 12, Mark is fucking dead. He imploded.
Well, I don't know what he was thinking as, because I'm not him, but from the way the book was written, as he was like releasing it chapter by chapter, it kind of felt like he was investing so much in the will they, won't they, like, is he going to survive or not, with all these like little happening, that it kind of felt like he was trying to build up to this, him surviving. Like, despite all the odds, he did it.
Yeah, he survived. He did the thing. What's happening? Yeah, so that's how the book came to be, chapter by chapter.
That's interesting. Question 3. Do you have any favorite quotes or passages you'd like to share?
I have one,
Okay.
which I don't know if I'm going to submit as my official favorite quote, because there is a part of me that wants to see this typed up and put on the Instagram.
No.
The quote is, "My asshole is doing as much as my brain to keep me alive."
That is such a Peter quote.
Just add a context.
Yep, just
What does
literally
that
that.
mean?
We went through and discussed our favorite quotes from the Martians. This was Peter's.
No one would be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's not my official favorite quote. I have a think, and I'll get it to you guys in a wee while for the social media, but that's what I've come up with.
Okay. Mine is kind of a bit of a blurb. So it's when, who was he talking to? JPL? I don't know. So Mark was like having a conversation with somebody on NASA. And they say like, honestly, this is the best bonus Mars time we've had since the Opportunity lander. And then Watney's like, Opportunity never went back to Earth. And the person's like, sorry, bad analogy. And it just reminded me of Opportunity.
Opportunity.
Made me so
Listen,
sad.
okay?
Because like at the time the book was made, like Opportunity was, alive and operating, and now it's not.
On the Drive Time radio show, I covered the death of Opportunity as it happened, and I cried. I literally cried live
I
on
did
the
too,
air
man.
about Opportunity's last words. Like, there were tears when I was saying that.
What
As
were
soon as
his
I read that,
last
I went and
words?
Googled the last words. It's something
Opportunity-
like,
It is getting dark, and I cannot see.
no, it's like my battery's low and it's getting dark.
Right, yeah.
And then it's just out. And it dies.
Let's Google it exactly, because Opportunity deserves to have their love.
My battery is low and it's getting dark.
There you go. Isn't
My
that the
boy.
most devastating thing you've ever heard?
Hold on, is there
Just
like a
stuck on
audio?
Mars until somebody cleans its, I guess, solar panels.
Hold on, I think I found a clip.
I'm genuinely like, Ozzy Osbourne died last week, and I got him discussing Opportunity. I have a real connection to things named O, it would seem. Yeah, when I read that on air, I was
Not discovered by
devastated.
Einstein,
Like, it
but their
broke my
genesis is
heart. So,
predicted by
Opportunity, we will avenge you.
black
Yeah,
holes
and it's
are not
like,
dis-
realistically, it was just giving us factual information. Like,
Yeah.
battery's running low, it's getting dark, so it's like, for that to be the last one, goddamn.
Yeah, it was devastating.
Hold on. Peter, is Jam cutting out for you, or is it a
Jam
me
is cutting out a little bit
no.
for me.
issue? Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like
Hold
a
on.
me issue. It might just be like a Discord setting.
Yeah, it's probably just a Discord thing, being an asshole. But it's only been doing. It's not been doing it the whole time.
Yeah.
It is a fairly recent thing.
How recent? Since we got back from the break?
Kind of.
I haven't.
I assumed it was
Let me
just me as well.
I'll just change all the auto stuff.
That's fine. We'll vamp.
Turn it
Victoria has
off.
to tell us her favorite quote.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. So this one, when I read it, I heard it in Peter's voice.
Is it the asshole one as well?
No, it's not. I can't wait till I have grandchildren. When I was younger, I had to walk to the rim of a crater, uphill, in an EVA suit, on Mars, you little shit. You hear me? Mars! Like, it's just such a Peter thing.
Yeah.
And then there's also, I started the day with some nothing tea. Nothing tea is easy to make. First, get some hot water. Then, add nothing.
Speaking of tea, what tea did you have today, Victoria?
I just went with a basic one because I was running out of time.
The basic tea. And me and Jam both had water.
Yeah.
I've never had for our first year
Nothing tea.
anniversary. I'm going to say it that I am going to have a tea.
Oh my god.
At least on our first anniversary, that is tea this whole time.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. Just for the gram, I've got to do it.
Yeah. Alright. Number 4. What were some of your favorite scenes from the book and why did they stand out?
I really don't think I had one. I think maybe the beginning when he's talking about like the alarms going off in a spacesuit and he has to like seal it. And
Yeah,
after
when he's
that, I was
describing
like,
how he survived.
yeah.
Yeah, the opening is fairly intense. It's like, I was left behind and I'm fucked, and because what's the first words in the book? It is something like, I'm fucked.
I think so.
I'm pretty much fucked. That's my
Yeah.
considered
Yeah.
opinion. Fucked. Like, there's a certain point it does just become normality.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I'm stuck on Mars, I'm the only person here, but this is standard day-to-day life. Like, the urgency does kind of ebb away.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes those bits at the end when he falls into the crater and the other thing, the dust storm, and when he falls into the crater, feel even more jarring because it has settled into a sense of reality. I mean, it's like, oh, here's drama for the sake of it. Here's more. Fuck you guys, here's some drama. And it's just not the one. Did you have one, Victoria?
I feel like for me, it was probably when the crew was talking to their family back home and saying, like, we have to extend our mission because, like, we gotta go save him. Or, like, just, like, that whole part, even, like, when they're deciding if they should go or not. Because, like, to me, like, I'm not a science person. It's, right, like, it all goes over my fucking head. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the fuck he did to survive. But, like, to me, like, the more, like, interesting part is, like, the crew and how they were handling it. And even when, like, NASA was debating to tell him or not, because that is, like, a heavy thing to know. Like, obviously there was nothing they could do. They did the best thing leaving him. They thought he was dead. They had to save themselves. But, like, how would they have lived with themselves coming back? They still had, like, a year of space travel, being like, holy shit, we left him to die. Like, not knowing that, like, how are we going to save him? How are we going to do that? And just, like, still, like, being stuck in that spaceship, having to deal with that thought of, like, I still have to test these soil samples. Mark's dead.
Yeah.
We left him there to die. Oh, here's a new bacteria. Oh my god, Mark. Like, it's just, like, to me, like, that would have been more interesting. So I like the parts of, like, them, like, deciding, oh yeah, we should go save him. And then there's this one part, I can't remember which crew member it is, that, like, has a young kid. And the wife kind of has, like, a mini freak out, being like, you have a son. You just signed up to be in space for a year. And at that age, kids change so much. Like, even just, like, month to month, like, they're changing. And so she's kind of like, you're missing so much of his life. And he's just like, yeah, but, like, I can't just leave him on Mars. So I think that, to me, that was probably, like, my favorite part. Is just, it kind of, like, humanizes them more and, like, shows you just what they're giving up so that they can go save their friend.
Yeah, and that's the part where I was saying like Johansson's talking to her family, and they were like, and she was like, "I will survive as long as I know how to love, stay alive." Which disco is a big part of the book. And the film,
Yes, disco and 70s
which we didn't touch on.
sitcoms. Peter, did you say a favorite part?
I can't remember. Did I say a favorite part?
I don't know.
I can't remember, and I can't even think what it would have been.
Oh.
I think if I didn't, then this is probably contradictory to everything I just said. Like 5, no idea what it was. I like the bit in Mission Control when Mindy's looking at the satellites, and but when she first discovers Mark's alive and they've been moved, and she slowly starts thinking, "Wait a minute, what is holy?" Like when that penny's dropping. I think that's my favorite bit, because how do you react to that? In that moment, in that time, in that space, you are the only person. How do you react to that?
Yeah.
and that was interesting to me.
Jam, now I have a question for you. Does Peter cut out for you, or is it just me?
Am I cutting out?
No, Peter does cut out for me once in a while, but I wasn't sure if it was like, is it the mic that's completely cutting out, or is it like lagging and then catching up? Because sometimes I'm like, am I hearing everything or not?
I'm sorry.
No.
Well,
it's
I think
fine.
it's like a. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's a Discord thing because I feel like when you stream, you're fine. Because it's, like OBS isn't picking up from Discord, like it's picking up from your mic, right? Like we only have issues during book club,
Yeah.
so I feel like it has to be a
It's just
Discord
Discord
thing.
hates us.
I just didn't know
I
if it's
wonder
like where I have my headphones plugged into because I have like the USB receiver plugged into the keyboard, and I was like, maybe I should put it into my actual PC. So I wasn't sure if it was like a me
Put it into
issue.
the keyboard.
Is it breaking
Yeah.
up badly? Am I missing huge
It's like
chunks or?
yeah.
No.
Oh, I'm missing like whole sentences. See, like that's why it's plugged into my keyboard.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll
We need to
miss
watch it
it
back to
misses like
figure
a
out.
few words sometimes.
I wonder if
Find
it
a
could
workaround
be
one day.
because there are 3 of us and we are on voice chat as well as video, so maybe. Can't handle it, Captain. This is too stressful for me.
I don't know if it's just like I assumed it was like a noise gate thing.
It could be.
Because I think,
I don't know.
or if like I think Discord has like an audio suppression thing.
I think Discord has a being shit and a turd thing.
Yeah.
Have I been cutting out since you guys told me I was cutting out?
No.
No, not for me at least.
Okay. Because I like turned off pretty much everything.
Same. That's what I had to do because when you guys were telling me that I was.
I don't know how to. What should I turn off? How does one turn things off?
Hold on. You go to the user settings at the bottom. It's a little cog.
Mm-hmm.
And then under app settings on like the left side, you're gonna see voice and video. You got a voice.
Voice and video. Yep.
You
Voice.
scroll down. And I've turned off advanced voice activity, automatic gain control, bypass system audio input processing, because what the fuck is that? Everything in advanced I've turned off. Well, I don't think I needed to.
Automatic gain control.
Oh, no, you don't have to turn that part off.
Warning.
Yeah.
Lower the attention. Look. Oh, there's a thing here. Lower the volume of other the applications when someone is speaking. Set to 0% to completely disable global attenuation. When I
My global attenuation is all the way at 0%, and I only have one other speak on, which probably doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's what I have it as.
And I have input mode as voice activity, not push to talk.
Yeah.
Automatically determine input sensibility. That's fine. Huh.
For noise suppression, do you have it set to none?
Noise. Where is that, please?
Voice processing, echo cancellation. I have echo cancellation off. It's like if you see the input sensitivity, yeah, it's like under there.
I have that on still.
I turned mine off.
I also have mine set to crisp, over standard, and none. Do you guys have crisp?
I have none.
I have crisp.
I have crisp. Mine is on crisp. Should we set it to none?
Yeah.
Might as well. I don't really know what the difference is.
I think it's probably more for people who like are in a voice call and in a loud area.
Okay.
But like for the most part, I mean, like there's no one else home. Like I don't have any noises in the background for it to try and cancel out.
Okay. Well, save all that and we'll see how it works.
All right. Which character did you connect with the most and why?
I connected to Mars because be left alone and people keep fucking walking all over me. We've absolutely lost Jam.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
Okay, maybe put that setting that you turned off, put it back on.
Did I cut out at all?
Now?
I don't think so.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay. It was just the crisp thing, but okay. Anyways, I was saying I connected most with Mindy, the person that found Mark, I guess, discovered he was alive. Only because, like, there was a scene in the book where she's dragged into this meeting with, like, a bunch of the head honchos, and she's like, why am I even here? Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. I quite like Mindy. In the book,
Yeah.
Mindy, in the film, Mindy played by somebody whose name escapes me. I shouldn't watch it up. Sorry. But
Yeah.
she's lovely in the film.
Oh, you know the meme of like I accidentally made myself important at work?
Yeah.
That's Mindy.
She was just doing her job, and now
Yeah.
she's in important meetings.
What do you think happened to Mindy? Because she does just kind of fuck off.
Doesn't
after a
she
while.
get a promotion or something?
She gets a promotion. They say it's a promotion. She's like, am I being demoted? Because they kind of take her away from what her job is, which is like, at first it was like she has to coordinate all the satellites to make sure they're watching Mark. And then they're like, okay, you're just going to do this one thing. So you're just going to keep an eye on this one satellite, I guess, to like watch him travel to Ares 4. And she's like, am I being demoted? Like, what? I'm just like a highly paid paparazzi at this point. I want to do my
Yeah.
actual job. That's the last time we hear from her.
Yeah. Because in the film, I believe that the satellites, but that question. Like in the film,
cut out
Teddy is
again.
like,
Yeah, I have no idea what you just said.
You said in the
That was really-
film.
Yeah.
that was really fun as well. It
And
was
then
cool,
question
it was-
mark? And I was like, I have no idea what you asked.
whatever it was great.
Yeah.
In the film, I think Teddy
It
says,
happened again.
"Gone." Oh, for fuck's sake!
He's being censored.
Right. This is NASA coming out. Let's go back here. I'm gonna go back to Chris.
Sorry, right after you said
Yes.
NASA's coming after, it cut out everything. That timing was
NASA.
perfect.
They really are after us.
What aren't you telling us, NASA? I'm gonna. Okay. Is that any better at all? I turned Chris back on.
I'm
Is
hearing you now. So
Yeah.
Hearing me now? Any
Yeah.
interruptions? I'm going to speak for a long amount of time so that you can see if there's any interruptions. If it breaks down at all good.
Yeah.
all good.
Okay. So in the film,
Yes.
Teddy says to Mindy that she has complete control of the satellites, but I don't think she's given that task in the book.
I think she is.
Yeah, I think they are like, here's all the satellites you could possibly need to stalk him.
Okay.
And that's when
I
she's
see
like,
corrected.
am I being demoted? Because, like, I'm just stalking this guy. As opposed to doing, like, actual science-y things.
I'm going to pull up this last name because it's driving me mad. I can't remember. In the movie.
Victoria, who did you connect with the most?
Honestly, probably
Mackenzie
no
Davis.
one. I'm not smart enough to be at NASA. I don't belong there.
You could have been
Well, I mean, I don't
Johansson's-
think either of us are.
Oh, none of us are. That goes into my casting. Like, when I was casting, I was like, who could be smart enough to be in NASA? Anyway, so we could be, like, Johansson's parents, like, you're gonna fucking eat people and shit? So that could be, all of us could be Johansson's parents.
Yeah, like, the only one I can think of is when the guy was like, I don't know if we should tell them that he's alive. Because, like, I was on board. I was like, yeah, I don't know. It could either go really well or really bad, and you would just end up with a bunch of dead people. Like, it's...
Yeah.
You don't know. That was probably, like, the most, like, relatable to me, because I'm like, I don't know what I would do. I would also, like, they do have the right to know, but I would also just be like, I don't know if that's the right call to make.
Yeah. Especially if they don't have a plan. Like, just
Yeah.
saying, oh, he's alive. Because their next question, aside from fog, would be, what are we doing about it?
Yeah.
I do feel like it helped ground space travel and space exploration in that way, but as I said during the recap, like a lot of us think, like, just do a handbrake turn, go back to Mars, but it doesn't work like that. Scientifically, you can't do that. And I think explaining that made a lot of people think, I don't know, made me at least think, oh, okay, space isn't just zooming about, going where we want, banging alien women. It's more complicated than that.
Okay, how did the main characters change or grow throughout the story?
They fucking did.
Yeah, I feel like because
Exactly.
with this story, like, there is no really way for them to grow. It's just they got a mission and they gotta do it.
Yeah, it goes back to what we were saying earlier about not really knowing his mental state. Like, he's just problem solving after problem solving after problem solving, and he doesn't stop to be like, actually, I am. In the film, he has an excellent quote. He's writing letters or making notes or whatever, and he says, "Everywhere I go, I am the first person to go there. If I
I think
pick
he
up
says
a
that in the
rock,
book as well.
what did he say in the book? I
Yeah.
don't know. Did. But I believe you. I believe you. I'm not calling you a liar. But that would have been interesting. Like, how do you cope with being the only person on a planet? And it's not revealed, particularly. Yeah, I don't think any of them particularly grow
No.
as people.
How did the secondary characters impact or influence the main character or story?
They helped him figure out a plan to survive, and then they rescued him.
They spent 200 billion.
Yeah,
That's
That's what they did.
they abandoned him and then they saved him.
Yeah.
they influenced the story quite a bit. Couldn't have happened without them.
Yeah. What about, there was something, I believe it was you who said, Jam, like at the beginning when
When what?
that was a... Oh, did I cut out again?
Yeah. At least for me.
Fuck me sideways. At the beginning when he's by himself and figuring shit out, that was a lot. Then when got involved and started talking to him, because again, it just felt more like a space mission then, even though he was the only person on the planet, and that wasn't as interesting.
Yeah. There was like also like this, not a specific scene, but like I know for a while he was by himself and he's like, oh, I'm so lonely. Not actually, but then he gets Pathfinder working again and he's like, oh wow, I can finally talk to people. But then he gets annoyed with talking to people because they keep bossing him around. And then when Pathfinder's down, he's like, I can't talk to anybody. I'm so sad. So I mean, influence. They boosted his mood.
Yeah. That felt very human though, because everybody wants things they can't have until they get it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what the fuck do I do this? Like, all he wanted to do was talk to Earth, and as you said, Jam, he's like, NASA is pissing me off. I am here, I'm doing my shit, they can fuck off. And then he can't talk to them anymore, and he's like, oh shit, like, you want what you want until you want what you can't have until you get it, then you don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
So that felt kind of human, I guess.
Which character did you dislike or disagree with the most and why?
Annie. No
Yeah.
fucking point to her.
Agreed.
Fuck Andy.
Yeah, fuck you, Annie. Right, you guys.
Alright, if you were to give... Are there any characters you wish you could have given advice to, and what would you have told them?
Hey, Mark, when you're going outside during this storm, don't.
Maybe just sit this one out, buddy. Just...
Yeah.
Don't go.
Or just
Yeah,
wait an
wait in the
extra
shed.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to give him advice after the incident happened, I'd be like, hey, you don't even need to ration your food because they're going to come back for you anyway. They're going to swing around before Ares 4, so
Yeah.
don't make shit potatoes. It's not necessary.
Yeah, keep your shitatoes, just eat your gunk. Your goo.
Yeah.
What struck me about... It's interesting you say that, because I just had a thought there about how NASA got minimalized to these 3-4 people. Like, it's a massive organization. with thousands of people working, but Rich Purnell was the only person who had the idea. Hey, let's send Hermes back. Like, nobody else had that plan in the whole of NASA and across the world.
I feel like didn't they talk about that and then they decided not to?
It has something to do with like they had originally already like thought of the course and they just didn't work out the math as well as Rich did. Because Rich was, I don't know, I guess he had this other idea to use the Earth's gravity to do a slingshot back or something, and nobody else did. So it was like it's special because he figured it out.
Even then, he didn't really work it out himself. He had the idea, then he fed it to NASA computer, and the NASA computer came up with the numbers. And nobody else used the NASA computer? At least that's in the film. There's this big scene of, what's his name? Childish Gambino. What's his name? Not Danny Glover.
Donald Glover?
Donald Glover, yes. Donald Glover's in the film, and he's Rich Purnell. Oh. And there's this big scene of him in like a jacket sitting next to the NASA computer because it's called in thing. And he plugs his numbers into the computer, and that's when the computer spits out for it to be easier to send back Hermes than try anything else. So again, this big computer that not everyone, but more than one person has access to in NASA. Did that just one guy?
I guess it was also like, I don't know if the rest of the team just had tunnel vision. Because the book, it was, I can't remember who approached him, but it was like, Rich, why aren't you doing your job? It's like, I am doing my job. I'm crunching these other numbers. Okay, you can do that job later. You can do other job, but like, so I guess everyone was just doing what they were assigned to do instead of like trying to figure out a different solution.
That's true.
Yeah. That's what makes him special.
Yeah, that's why it's called the Rich Purnell maneuver and not the Peter Greenwood maneuver. What about you, Victoria? What did you... What advice would you give to...
I'd say, Mindy, keep playing it cool. You're doing a great job, bestie.
Yeah. Mindy was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I liked her.
I love Mindy. She was excellent.
And I'd be like, find a way to get a better promotion and make more money. You're the one who found him. Use it to your advantage. Get all that NASA money.
I wonder in the history. Let's pretend this whole thing happened in our timeline. This has all happened. Like, do people remember Mindy's name? Because at the time when it all comes out, NASA scientist Mindy Face discovered Watney's still alive on Mars. Like, but when the grander story of it is told, do you think people remember who discovered Mark was alive?
I think they would have to, because if it wasn't for her, like, how are they gonna say, like, oh, this random worker saw on the satellites that the solar panels were were being cleaned, and that's how it was discovered. Mark was like, they're gonna have to name a name, unless they're really assholes.
America, full stop.
I feel like her name would be in the history books, and so like we would know it was her. But in all like the hubbub and like whatever that happens when he finally gets there, people would kind of forget that it was her. Like, even though like they gave her credit, like people just would not really talk about like, oh, she's the one that found him. They would just talk about him being found or whatever. And then it's gonna like flash forward a few years, and then people are gonna be like, hey, why don't we talk about her? Because that's what happens with history all the time. Like, women make a really great scientific discovery. People just care about the discovery, not the person who did it, until it's like years in the future, and people are like, hey, we need to actually celebrate this woman because she did this. Kind of like how with Einstein, like, everyone knows his name. But, like, it doesn't really happen with, like, female scientists. This book makes me think a lot about feminism and stuff like that, apparently.
I mean, you say that, and now we're just rediscovering the name Ada Lovelace, who did a lot for the original Apollo missions, I believe. See, I don't even know what she did. Let's Google her. Ada Lovelace. I'm making my own point brilliantly. Ada Lovelace was an English mathematician. She's widely considered the first computer programmer due to her notes in the machine. So in the broadest, as the story gets broader and broader as years go by, I think it'd just come down as like a NASA employee working the late shift, but Mark was still like they still say Mark. His name would be forever remembered, but a NASA employee or something like that, she would. I think eventually Mindy would be. Her name would be edged out of the story.
Yeah, I think people would forget who she is, even though it would be in the books.
Yeah.
I think people would just forget about her, and then eventually people would be like, "Wait a minute, we gotta talk about her."
Yeah. Which is sad for her. Although being Mindy, do you think she goes into any bar in the world and I discovered what you were still alive? Like she gets a drink out. Like she gets a drink, maybe a meal out of that. For...
I don't know. I'm sure NASA would have given her something. It's like for the rest of your life, you get to eat at. I'm trying to think of an American restaurant.
You get one free coffee from
Olive
Dunkin'
Garden.
Donuts. One free coffee every day. One small coffee.
How little the pizza.
And
0 kronos. You are not getting no baked goods.
No. It's one small black coffee.
Yeah. Definitely not like if you want a latte or anything. You're done. We are just giving you flat coffee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think happens to the characters after the novel ends?
They blow up.
They don't actually make it.
Yeah, I was saying to Jam while you were away, like, what if the spaceship broke down? Like, they do all this, they go back to Mars, they rescue Watney, they pull them aboard, and then the engine breaks down and they're just left adrift. And because they turned off the autopilot, NASA can't bring it back remotely. So even Johansson has to eat the crew, and even she runs out of food eventually. So they're all just dead in Hermes. And Hermes is the ship which is doing all the Ares missions, so somebody would have to mop it down and make it ready for the Ares to get to Mars.
I would not want that job. It would be awful.
Nope.
It wouldn't be great, would it?
No.
If you are, let me ask you this though. Let's pretend that happens though. The ship breaks down. They all die. For whatever reason. And NASA brings Hermes back to Earth. I forgot my question. If you're the Ares 4 crew, that ship's got to be haunted. So you're the Ares 4 crew. Aren't you terrified on a haunted spaceship?
Do you think they would use the same spaceship after it's
100%.
been in space for a lot longer than they thought?
Yeah. Because it is built to use for all the missions, right?
Yeah,
so, like, the bones of it are fine. It's just kind of, like, the outside parts that have to be replaced and, like, re-looked at.
Yeah.
So I feel like they 100% would reuse it. Look at the poop cruise. That ship is still sailing.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. And that was on fire.
I haven't watched that.
It was on fire. And, like, they refurbished, renamed, and it's out sailing today.
It's
so,
probably
like,
been into my town here.
Is it?
It probably has been.
Oh, man.
I live in a place where a lot of cruise ships dock, so I don't know what it's called. I'll keep my eye out for it. But yeah,
I need to
Hermes
find out the
has
name of
to
that
be,
specific ship.
Hermes has to be haunted, doesn't it?
Sorry?
Like, Hermes has to be haunted, and as I said, like, if you're the Ares crew...
Oh, it's got bad
do you
vibes.
want- It's definitely got bad vibes, because I know that if there's a... Like, the Navy don't reuse ships after a certain amount
Really?
of people have died on them.
I did not know that.
I would have assumed they did.
They can consider it bad. Like, if they find a ship abandoned at sea, they'll sink it because they bring it into dock. They consider it bad vibes.
Well,
You know
they're
what?
so superstitious.
I was gonna say,
I
that
know
actually
sailors.
does make sense. I feel like sailors are very superstitious people.
Oh,
So it would make
very
sense that, like, the Navy takes that. But I would have thought that the U.S. government was too cold-hearted. It would have been like, too bad. You're using it anyways.
They got so much money.
That's true.
Anyway, back to the original question. What happens up?
I think they just go to therapy. They need therapy.
Yeah.
They need so
A lot
much
of
of it
therapy.
after.
I think there'd be some repercussions, honestly. Like, I know that the Rich Purnell maneuver was like, at the end, they kind of went public to say, like, yeah, we totally thought of this and we're fine with it. But there was a part in the book where they were talking to Mark about how there was going to be like an internal investigation about how Mark could have been left on, I guess, obviously find Commander, I can't remember, Lewis at fault.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope that's something that wouldn't happen once they make it back after saving him. But, I don't know. With all the red tape and all the people involved, I'm sure they'll still do some kind of investigation and be like, it was your fault. You're going to jail or something.
Yeah. At least, if not for abandoning him, then let's use the term mutiny, like mutinying and taking over for Hermes, like Lewis and Martinez, who were military, at the very least, they would have faced dishonorable marshals. I forget the exact term, but like they would have been court-martialed and dishonorably discharged for that because of the red tape. Somebody would have had to have been held responsible for stealing a spaceship, essentially.
Yeah.
And the others, Beck, Vogue, probably Watney, would never have been allowed to go to space again. But then would he want to go to space again?
I don't think so. They've already been in space for so long. They did what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, they have seen space. Did I look it up? I did look it up. I said about earlier, I was going to say, like, the minimum, for military, the minimum charges for mutiny are court-martial and potential prison time. In the olden days, it was an executable offense. I don't know when that stopped, but I assume it's not. So I assume nobody was executed for it, but you never know. America.
Damn.
What was the most memorable or shocking scene or twist in the story?
For me, I think the most memorable / shocking would have been when the airlock kind of exploded and then killed the potatoes. So I was like, yeah, that's a very realistic near-death situation. Like, the airlock could have just killed him from, like, the pressure of just, like, smacking him in the face. I'm surprised he didn't die or break a bone, but whatever. And then the loss of potatoes is like, oh, devastating. At that point, his plan was to survive until Ares 4. I was like, now my potatoes are gone. But after that, it was just like, whatever, he's fine.
Yeah. And that was also I really like that bit as well, because wear and tear does happen. And it's not, if I was writing a book about the things to survive on. So the fact that Andy Weir did think of it and say, actually, this would have happened, I thought was interesting. What about you, Victoria?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm distracted watching Dylan behind me.
I did comment, I'm like, what is that man doing? There's a man behind you, Victoria. Do you know him?
I don't know. I think for me, the thing I always remember about this book is how detailed the potato growing process was written.
Yeah, Andy goes all in on the potatoes.
It's very important that everyone knows what he had to do to survive on potatoes. He had to know that he needed to dig up the shit of his crew members and himself and mix it into the soil by hand.
That's in the movie, there's a scene where he opening up each of the crew's duty, and he opens Johansson's packet, and in the film, she's played by Kate Moss, tiny wee petite lady, and he goes, "Oh, Johansson," like she smells the...
Ooh.
I found a purple thing.
Oh, give it to Alice.
She's not allowed in here.
Oh, right. Banned.
It's a whole. She is banned. Yeah, did you have a shocking scene, Victoria?
It was the potato ones.
Oh,
the
potatoes.
potatoes.
Yeah, that's like the most memorable thing for me is always just how detailed he gets about growing potatoes on Mars. He gets real fucking detailed about growing potatoes on Mars. That's the whole book to me. It's just
It may as well be called the Potato Farmer.
yeah. All right, this is Peter's question. If you had to fight one of the characters in an old-timey boxing ring, who would you choose and would you win?
Who wants to go first? I'm trying to think.
I don't remember the name of the person, but they were the person that didn't want to tell Drew that still alive and kept like
Mitch.
putting it off. Yeah,
Mitch Henderson.
that man, right in the face.
Well, I think
wouldn't
no.
kill
Mitch
him.
wanted to tell them.
Did he?
Oh, that's right. Mitch did want to tell him. It was Teddy who let Mitch tell him.
Okay, that guy. We're unpunching Mitch. We're punching Teddy.
Sorry, Mitch. Or we're
Because-
doing a pass it on, like pass this on to Teddy.
I just think that's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up thing to do.
I think I'd like to punch Vogel, the German doctor, because I feel like he's humorless. And I can't imagine being stuck on a mission to Mars, back from Mars, and then back to Mars, and back from Mars with somebody so dry.
That's fair. Personality clashing.
Yeah.
You gotta fight it out.
Yeah.
I want to fight Annie. I think I would win.
Good choice.
That's valid.
Yeah.
I don't even have a good reason. I just want to.
But she's
You definitely have a good reason. She was unnecessary. She was unnecessary as a character, what she was doing and saying and behaving. Unnecessary.
Alright. Alright. This is everyone's favorite part.
Yay.
The fan cast. Woo.
Hello, by the way, Joe. I completely forgot to say hello to Joe. Hi, Joe.
Thanks so much.
I would absolutely fight. I feel like the only person who I would win in a fight against is Mars, but I don't know if that counts. I'd try, but Mars would kick the shit out of me. Mars is bigger than me. Okay, cast. Who's going first, Victoria?
Peter, you're up first. I just have
I'm
to
up first.
pull it
Okay.
up.
So do I, because I cannot remember shit.
Here we go.
Speaking of shit, Mark Watney.
Oh, I do have
Okay.
one extra question for this.
Oh, okay.
Because
Is it now a question or?
yeah, it's for you guys. Because it is a movie. Do you think the book is better or the movie's better?
If it weren't for the bits of the book I didn't like the, I know I've ragged on this a lot, but the car crash and the other bit I didn't like, I'd say the book.
I would say the movie. I mean, it's been a while since I watched the movie, but like I said it earlier, where like I don't remember all of the insane, almost death accidents happening in the movie.
Yeah.
So I think I appreciate the movie for taking that out. It really helps like build the tension, I guess, because if it's like 2 or 3 almost deaths, almost like near deaths, that's fine. But if it's like every other day, it's just like get real. Like, why are we still trying to survive at this point?
I just saw Joe's message in chat. Nick Cage plays everybody. And that's what I should have gone with. Honestly, I'm looking disappointed in myself that I did not say Nick Cage. I'm more of a Mars protector. We gotta go to Mars. We gotta save. That's my Nick Cage.
I love it.
So for Mark Watney, well, first off, I came this close to making it an animated series, but I figured a 2 at least 2 season, 10 episode series to because I feel there's more to get into. Like again, what Mark did day to day, how he felt, get into his emotional state. That could really expand it a bit. And so I chose a 2 season, 10 episode live action TV series. And I was trying to think of people who realistically could be the ages of these people, because after a certain age you can't go into space and that kind of thing. So for Mark Watney, I chose Tom Hiddleston. I think he'd be a lot of fun. I think he's got the timing to pull off the more comedic bits better than Matt Damon did. So Tom Hiddleston as Mark Watney. As Commander Lewis, although I almost feel like this person is maybe in real life. I doubt they'd let her go into space at the age she is. But I chose Natalie Portman as Commander Lewis. Somebody who could command a mission. Yeah, Natalie Portman as Commander Lewis. As Beth Johansson, I picked Emma Watson. Because I was thinking of the original Johansson in the film, who is Kate Mara, small and petite and kind of brainy as well. So I wanted somebody who was smart, so Emma Watson as Beth Johansson. Now in the film he's called Vincent. They changed Venka to Vincent. He is the man in charge of... What is he in charge of again?
I think he's in charge of the whole mission, right?
Yeah, he's in charge of the surface operations of Mars, I believe. So he's in charge of what Watney's doing.
Yeah.
And I chose Samuel as Venka Kapoor because I felt you want a voice who's going to tell you what the fuck's happening at NASA, because you have a lot of people pecking at you. We should do this, we should do that. If Sam Jackson tells you what the fuck's happening on Mars, you're going to listen to what Sam Jackson tells you is happening. So that's why I chose him. For the next two, I felt this was really interesting casting. For Chris Beck, was the guy who went out on Tether to save Watney. I chose Florence Pugh. Because I thought she's kind of actiony, she'd be willing to get in spacesuit and jump out and rescue Mark. So Florence Pugh. And for Rich Pennell, again, I was thinking ages, somebody who maybe be allowed into space, well, maybe, but wouldn't be allowed into space at her age, but is still brainy and doing maths and working shit out. For Rich Pennell, I chose Meryl Streep. Because again, somebody with authority, like she's going to do the maths, she's going to get it at, and you're not going to question her because she's Meryl fucking Streep. So that was my choice for Rich Pennell. And that is my cast for the Martian television series.
I love it.
Thank you.
Cam, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. So, I almost didn't do a cast because I was so annoyed with the book. I was like, the movie already exists. They're fine. They don't need me in this. But then, it was something that Addie said, like a cast member.
Bringing
Forgot
in
who.
Jimmy Kimmel to play
Yeah.
the Matt Damon role, which was fucking hilarious. 10 out of 10.
Exactly. And then that made me like think of, instead of doing like a movie or anything that's going to take itself too seriously, I want to come at it at a comedic standpoint. So I was like, if I'm going to have to produce something, it's going to be like a low budget docu-series of the Ares 3 mission.
I love it.
So it's going to be like a series of like what's happening down in now. The Hermes crew would have their own camera. And then Watney will just luckily have his camera. And we splice it all together when they're safe. And so
you want to do The Office, but on Mars?
The Office, but on Mars and on Earth and in space.
I would watch that. That sounds amazing.
I as well.
I'm buying. I'm take all my money. I'll help produce this thing. I think that's a great idea.
Thank you. So for Mark Watney, I went with Eddie Murphy. because one, I think he's funny. I think he's like a good comedic actor, but he can also do like drama series and just like it'll be a mix. And I'm sure he's a very flexible, great actor. I would want to see him in that role. That's the end of that. Next is Simone Ashley as Commander Lewis. Just because I want to see her bark orders at people, and I watched Bridgerton, and I think she could be funny too. For Beth Johansson, I think
Yeah.
I went with Io Edbury because I love her, and she's also funny, and I would like to see her like what her time would be like confined in a spaceship and all of that. I think it'd be great. For Vincent/Venkat Kapoor, I went with Kamal Nanjiani.
I almost went with Kumail Nanjiani as well.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it, like, why am I picking this guy? I honestly can't remember the last thing I've seen him in. And yet I looked at his face and I'm like, I know him, and I don't remember him being bad in a thing.
I like
That's
the
as far as I
logic.
went. I was like, and the jawline. You're in.
Last thing I remember, sorry,
I love it.
last thing I remember him in was the last Ghostbusters film.
I didn't watch that.
Me
So it's
neither.
like I don't even know where this man came from.
Yeah, I
I
don't know what
watched
he's
one
been
thing.
up
I
to.
checked on Google and I don't remember.
Was he in Harold and Kumar? Is that him?
No, that's a different guy.
Oh, was he? So he's not in House. I don't know who this man is
No.
then.
He's done stuff, but when you say, what's Kumail Nanjiani been in?
Terrible. But I want him in my movie or series,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
I know his face though. I just don't know what he's been in. That's crazy.
Right? It's like I know his face. No, he was also in it was a Marvel movie.
Ah,
The-
that's.
Oh, Eternals.
Yes, he was in that one.
No, I haven't
Yes.
seen that. Addie says he was in the Silicon Valley show. I don't know who that is either.
I didn't watch that.
Who is this man?
Anyways, he left a good enough impression that I
Oh, you've gone jam. You
So
left a good enough
funny.
impression that what?
that I liked his face and I want him in a series. But anyways, next for Chris Beck, I went with Will Poulter, because he's in The Bear with Io, and I think it's Chris and Beth in the book that are having sexual relations on a spaceship, right?
Yes.
And so their chemistry in The Bear, which I have not seen except from like clips on TikTok.
I love the bear.
So it's
I
like,
saw
you know
that
what?
first season. It's amazing. 10 out of 10.
I want to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it, but it'll
I think
happen.
you'll love it.
But yeah, so I was like, we're gonna see that. And then finally for Rich Purnell, I chose Thomas Lennon because I don't know if anyone's watched Reno 911. No,
No.
you're missing out if you haven't. Anyways, he was very funny, and I can just see him in that kind of like doing the mischievous act of sending this encrypted secret email of the Rich Purnell maneuver to, the crew on Hermes to save the day. So that's my
Would
casting.
it be a movie or you said TV show?
Yeah, it would be like a low budget docu-series. I don't know how many episodes because I would be expanding the world a lot more because I want to know like how the fun stuff in NASA. And then there's Mark. So I don't know, maybe like 20, 25 episodes, 30 minutes each.
Live
Something
action?
like that. Yes, live action.
Victoria.
Oh, my mouse died.
R.I.P.
Oh
mouse.
no. I'm like stuck now. On
You'd
this
have loved the
page.
ears
Oh
to it.
well.
Alright. I also almost didn't do a cast. I was gonna leave this all up to Peter.
Also because I completely forgot it was we were casting for, and I did it literally like About now, 24 hours ago.
No, you
I
gave.
guess.
You were the first one to send it.
Okay. I completely forgot that I had to do that. So I was like, shit, we need to do that. Sorry.
For my cast, for Mark Watney, I chose Robert Downey Jr. I'm not gonna lie, I also don't really remember who I picked. I think for him, I googled male actors with a dry sense of humor, and he came up. And I was like, you know what?
Would it be
Sure, why not?
RDJ now or RDJ around the time he was first Iron?
Probably like
He's
Iron
quite
Man.
old now.
Because I just think of him as Iron Man.
Yeah.
He is Iron Man to me now. I don't know what he's been up to.
Also, that bit in the shuttle at the end when Mark has to puncture his. He's like, I can fly around like Iron Man. That would be funny.
That would be. I actually forgot about that part when I picked him. That would be
That would be
hilarious.
excellent.
Can
That
we?
would make the world explode because Mark Watney has seen Iron Man, so Mark Watney looked in your film. Mark Watney looks like Robert Downey Jr. So where is Downey in this world? Does that make sense?
I'm here to break the fourth wall.
Yes, we love a whole.
Commander Lewis, I went with Kobe Smulders. Just because I think she'd be great at it. Look at how nice she looks in her little spacesuit thingy.
In her shield jumpsuit.
Right? 10 out of 10. She already has a jumpsuit. She can just rewear it. We'll just put like a duct tape patch on top.
Yeah.
Beth Johansson, I went with Chloe Grace Moretz. I think she would do great at it. I think I just saw that photo of her and was like, yes, done.
That looks like it. Like they all look like NASA profile photos.
Yeah, when I was picking photos, I was like specifically trying to find ones that would like fit the vibe. And I feel like that's like the vibe you need of like young astronaut. And I think she is also like quite small.
Yeah.
But yeah, she looks like, I would believe that she's an astronaut if I saw that picture.
I think I would as well. Would you, Jem?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Vincent Kapoor, I went with a little gender bend and went with Danae, I don't know how to say her last name. But I know her as Michonne from The Walking Dead. She was very badass, very like commanding presence. And I think if you're gonna be director of operations of Mars, you gotta have that commanding presence that like people just will listen to you when you walk in a room, you know?
Yeah, we had the same idea with that, it seems.
Chris Beck, I went with John Boyega. Honestly, I just saw that photo and was like, yep, he's it. Sold.
He's been to space in movies.
Yeah, I found that out after I picked him. I don't know who this man is.
He was in the newer Star Wars.
I haven't seen any of them.
I can't even remember his character's name, which is terrible. What was his character's name? 'Cause he was a stormtrooper who defected, and he didn't have a name.
The
so they
people
gave
love
him a
him.
name.
That's all I know.
He hated. He's come out and been like, "Fuck Star Wars."
Oh,
because of what
really?
they did to his character.
Oh, I just know the people loved his character. I don't know anything. I didn't know
Finn.
he existed.
Finn. That's his character's name. Finn.
Sure. Rich Purnell, I actually went with Jenna Ortega. Because in the book, he is like very sarcastic, very like antisocial, like kind of like assholey. And I was like, who could like give off that vibe, but you still want to root for them? I feel like Jenna Ortega could do that. Where she would have like that very dry, like, whatever, sense of humor.
Yeah.
I think she could do it.
She could also be a good Mindy.
No. I don't think
No.
so.
I feel like she could be. I will be on this island by myself.
Yeah. I feel like, Mindy, you need someone, like, who would have, like, very, like, unconfident type of vibes. And I think Jenna just, she doesn't. I think she could act it. Like, I think if we gave her the role, she would still do amazing. She just would not be my first thought of like playing like insecure, kind of like, why are you doing this to me? I just happened to see him. You know what I mean? I have no idea what you're saying to me. I still don't know what you're saying.
I muted myself, that's
Oh,
why.
okay.
I'm sorry. I've forgotten what I was saying. I was saying yes, now you said that, and I retract my casting of Jenna as Mindy.
Okay. So that is my cast. Thank you for coming to my casting.
That's a good cast.
You're welcome.
And did you say how you do it? Would you do a TV show or a film?
I did just a one and done movie.
One
Get it
movie?
done and over with. Although, honestly, GM's idea is my favorite, and I'm sad I didn't think about that because
Yeah.
it's fucking genius.
It is an excellent idea.
I think it's so good. I would watch
And all I
that.
can hear is the Office theme tune, but they've added lyrics to it. We are going into space, and we left some body behind us.
Alright, now it's time for the rating. Do-do-do-do.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Well, you guys already know my rating.
I need an official
I gave
star.
this- I gave it officially a 1 because... Oh, wait. We didn't go over our rating system.
Oh, right, yeah. Who wants to explain it?
The rating system
Oh.
is on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being we fucking hate it, get it in skip, absolute junk, we wouldn't even recommend it to a fucking fart. No farts get this book. 0 farts given. 5 means it's okay. I've got 5 means. What does 5 mean?
Do you want me to do this?
Yes, please.
Okay. We do a 10-star rating system. 1 star is you would have DNF'd it if it wasn't for book club. Book club's the only reason you tried to finish. 5 star is you're neutral, no feelings. It's just a book that happens to exist that you happen to have read. 10 stars is you absolutely loved it, telling all your friends to read it. Everyone needs to read this freaking book 'cause it's great. So,
Before
Jam.
we give our rating,
Oh.
I would like to add that it appears that authors can find these things that we say.
I don't think this man is finding us.
He doesn't care. He's already written other books.
Yeah.
He has, actually. He's got another book coming out soon. So,
But on the odd chance that he does care. Sorry.
yeah, suck it, Andy.
Okay, so I gave it a 1. Even though I did DNF it, I got pretty close to the end. And, I mean, the 1, I only finished it because of book club. So, it's done. Maybe sci-fi isn't for me. That's my opinion.
Peter, do you want to go next? Or did you want to go
I was going to ask
last?
if you wanted to go next. I really like the book. Apart from when I was reading it this time, I looked at it. And I know I keep ragging on this, but the bit with the fucking dust storm, weak car crash and shit like that just didn't do it for me. Didn't do it for me this reading. So I'm still going to give it a 7, I think, because I do really like it. And if you take those bits out, then yeah, 7. I'm pretty settled on a 7.
Nice. Originally, I was gonna go 4.
Damn. Why?
I do not like this book. Even after the first time I read it, I hated it. But after your 1, I kind of want to go lower. I'm thinking maybe a 3. I just didn't want to be that much of a hater. But now I feel like it's okay. It's a safe space.
You could be hating more. You could give it a 2.
I think no. I think 3 is fair because I like his writing. Like I think he is very funny and like the funny quotes. I do really like them. I like that sarcastic sense of humor. It's just so fucking sciencey, and I just do not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, that happened to me the first time I read it. I was like, I don't care about the math of how you grew fucking potatoes. I don't care, like, how many calories you need, and this is how many calories you're gonna get from this, and then this is the equation to like, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. I like the story. I think he's funny. I don't like the science part of science fiction. That's what I've learned. I keep trying to read science fiction books, and every time I'm just like, I don't think it's for me. I don't know if, like, all... This is probably gonna sound fucking stupid. I don't know if all science fiction books are super science-y. Like, I don't know, like, what makes a science fiction book a science fiction book. Because, like, if they had have had this, and, like, it takes place in space, but they just remove the science, is that still science fiction, or is that just fiction?
I think this one does particularly go into science, and he does he goes making the water, he goes into his calories, he goes into the amount of charge for the batteries.
Yeah.
Like, it does go into it a lot, and I can absolutely... He could have been like, yeah, I need 1,500 calories to survive. I don't know how to make that, but then he goes into each potato gives 720, and I need to eat 4 potatoes to... Blah, 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 blah. So I can absolutely see that, and that is very off-putting, and I absolutely think that's a fair thing.
I also think, for me, science fiction is like anytime we're going to be, the story's taking place in space or any galaxy, whether it's real or not. Like, you're in space or you're in another planet, and then there's space.
I'm going to look up the definition of science fiction.
Okay. Because that was, like, my biggest thing, is if they just took out the science, I would have really liked it. And, like, I think I said at the beginning, this is the fastest I've ever read a book. It's because I was skimming. As soon as it got... Because I have already read it, so I was like, I don't really need to, like, read in detail. So I was like, I'm just going to skim the science parts. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I should give it a second. No. Even when I was skimming, I was like, I don't care. Keep going. On to the next thing, please.
I skimmed a lot of the book as well.
Yeah, I did as well this time. I did skip over, like, particular calorie bit. I was just... do not care.
Yeah, I think, like...
calories of a potato are.
There could have been, like, a more, like, palatable way of doing it. Of even just being like, oh, I do need this many calories, and I'm gonna do it by doing this and this. Just, like, short explanations of, like, oh, potatoes generally will give you this much, so I'll eat this many. But it was literally, like, just so broken down, and the science was just so dense, and I was just like...
It's like, I didn't come here to read a textbook, sir.
I'm kind of surprised it got, like, as popular as it did, just because of how science-y it is. Like, I just wouldn't have thought it'd be that palatable.
I also kind of felt it was a bit of a MacGuffin at a certain point, because Mark is a botanist, and it's like, oh, and I know how to do the maths on this, and I know how to work out a potato, and I know how to work out fucking the charge in the batteries and shit like that.
Yeah.
You can't do everything. Nobody does everything, and yet you are.
Yeah.
And I get there's nobody else to do it for him, so that could have been more interesting. Like, I had to learn how to not blow up today.
Yeah.
Like that. But it was very sciencey. Speaking of science, I have the definition of fiction. Fiction based on imagined future, scientific or technological advances, and major social or environmental changes, frequently portraying space or time travel and life on planets. So it doesn't say about being really stuck in the science of it.
Yeah.
Just shit that takes place in an imagined future.
Oh, sorry. I had a point that I forgot it, that I just remembered.
Oh.
So if you know how you were just saying, like, oh, like, he was somehow magically able to do everything, even though he was just a botanist? It reminds me of how, I don't know what the stat is, but it's like however percentage of men think that they could land a plane if they had to. Like, it's just, like, very, like, self-insert, like, if I were stuck in space, I could do this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just...
It's like, if it was me and a bear, I could take the bear.
Yeah.
I could fight a shark. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like self-insert fan fiction, where you're just, you can do everything.
And that would have been interesting if, I feel like I just said this, but I'll reiterate the point. Like, if Mark had been like, I need to work to charge the batteries, but I don't know how batteries work, so I need 5, or do I need 6? he didn't need to go into, well, this produces X amount of kilowatts, and kilowatts
Yeah.
go into kilojoules, and kilojoules goes... That wasn't needed, but it would have been interesting if he didn't know something.
Yeah, he's just... Or he was like, oh, I have this person's notes, so now I can learn how to do this.
Yeah, like when he's trying to learn ASCII.
Yeah, and I'm like, if I were to just pick up someone's notes, like, because, like, his companions are experts in their field. Like, it's going to be shorthand. It's going to be very, like, technology-based vocabulary. Like, I would not just be able to pick up a programmer's notes and be like, oh, now I can program because I have their notes. Like, I would still be like, I don't know what the fuck these words mean.
Yeah.
And you can't Google it. Like...
And as we've said, it would have been like, if he'd have been like, I've got this textbook, but I don't know what the fuck it means.
Yeah.
If he'd gotten concerned about that, scared about that, like, I am terrified now, my life depends on translating this code into fucking making it work, like, that would have been interesting as well, like, added to the emotional development, which,
Yeah.
as we said, there wasn't much of. He just kind of easy breezy through everything.
Yeah. So what?
So I think the ratings are fair.
What do you think the overall rating is? We have a 1, a 3, and a 7.
Like 4?
I can live with a 4.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
4
that
is fine.
Maybe like 2.5, 3, 4. I'd go.
I think
Okay,
4.
averages.
I think 4 is fair.
Yeah. What happens next? I can't remember.
Oh, I have a new thing, kind of.
Oh, you think? Oh.
So when I do the Instagram caption for the ratings, I also write like something about the story, the characters, and the vibes. So let me see if I can pull up one of the ones I did before. So like for Gwen and Art, for story, I put like ended too soon. We need to know what happens next. Character, Bridget was unanimously our favorite. Vibes, chaotic and sassy. And then I also did overall, which I guess I forgot. Overall, if you want a fun and queer twist to King Arthur Legend, you gotta check this out. So, for this caption, what should I put?
Why don't we do one each? What did you say? Character, story, and vibe?
And overall, yeah.
And overall.
Character. A lot of smart scientists.
Well, if I just write
Not
characters,
acceptable?
get Annie out of here.
That's true.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out. Did you say that? I'm sorry.
Okay, how about the vibes?
Makes being stranded on an alien planet not so bad. You just coast. Kick around for a year and a half. Your pals come and get you. I know it's a bit much for a caption, but
Yeah.
Anyone can survive on Mars.
with some shit and a potato.
It's like your guide, your survival guide.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy said nothing about shit.
How about the story?
Says does what it needs to and no more.
How about like a great textbook on how to survive Mars?
Well, great
guess
is
so.
very strong.
I don't want to add negative words. Because I was going to say, like, overcompensate.
Well, that's why I called it a textbook. Like the science of it is probably great.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That works.
great. Okay, how about overall? Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Morphine would be my best friend, quicker than you'd think.
Okay. And then just like overall thoughts is next. Or final thoughts.
Overall,
Anything
I don't know
else
if
you
I
want
have
to...
more to add.
Yeah. Do we have anything else we want to add, or...
no. If anything, I'll just comment on the post. So I'm gonna try and do that more often.
Yeah, every time you guys get tagged in something, just go to the profile and see if there's more things to like.
Okay.
Alright, I think that's pretty
Do you
much
have any
all of
final
it.
thoughts?
No.
No, I don't think I have it. I feel like I talked enough shit.
Yeah. I did sense like half an hour or absolutely done with this.
I missed half of what you said.
I said about 30 minutes, 45 minutes ago, I did sense you were absolutely 100% done with this book.
I'm gonna be so honest. This book was in a pile of books I was meaning to get rid of.
Are you going to get rid of it now?
The only reason I've kept it is because I like the cover.
Cover's great.
Because it's beautiful. But I also, like, literally do not have space on my shelves. Like, Jim, you know how you gave me that bag of books?
Yeah.
It's still the bag of books. Because there's no space on my shelves. So I'm like, yes, it's pretty, but, like, do I really need it? If I know I'm not going to read it again. I just like the cover.
No.
So...
Goodbye, book.
As a final thought, before we wrap up, if you had to kill Mark, like you're Andy Weir, you're writing it, and as I said, there's probably like chapter 12, Mark fucking dies. Like, at what point would you have killed Mark? And how?
I think I would have liked to kill him when Hermes had turned around, like to go rescue him, because like at that point they're like, oh my gosh, Hope, we're actually gonna make it, only to be horribly devastated because Mark is dead. Mark has died on camera. His body is there in the satellites for everyone to see.
Yeah. Victoria?
I feel like because he cheated death so many times with so many, like, weird-ass accidents, it would have to be something so boring. Like, some kind of, like, a gas leak that just slowly killed him, and he didn't realize it was happening.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't be saved because he actually ended up dying.
Yeah. Like he goes to sleep one night and just doesn't wake up.
Yeah, just,
And
like...
Hess is like, we can't contact him. What's going on?
Yeah, and he's, like, inside the hab, so they can't even, like, figure out, like, what's going on, or, like, where he went, or, like... I think that's how I would
And the
do
hab
it.
just sits there because he's left over machinery running, so it just sits forever on the surface of Mars.
Yeah.
That'd be horrible.
That'd be
But I would, that's a great ending.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I'd have killed him when the either when the hab airlock blew off, like I'd have killed him in that, I'd have snapped his neck or something, or when he electrocutes Pathfinder, or short circuits Pathfinder, I'd have had him electrocuted, like literally just boom, right down, flat on his back, just on the surface of Mars.
So I think Addie has the best one. He chokes on a potato.
Or what if he doesn't wash a potato and he gets some kind of stomach virus? Shits out.
That'd be so cruel.
I think death by potato, it has to be that. Addie, you're a genius.
Yeah. Addy nailed it again. Like first Addy comes out with putting Jimmy Kimmel in the main room, and then killing Jimmy Kimmel by choking a potato.
Oh. Yeah.
Right.
This is why we need Addie to come back. She's so funny. Alright, Jam, you are picking the next book.
I am. And my mouse is still dead, so I can't really do anything besides holding things up to the camera, but that's fine. I chose... You're gonna have to see it on my Kobo. Can you see it well? It's
Return of the Key?
The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I didn't really know anything about the book, except I was like, okay, I need to find something, and I really want mystery, but like not just any mystery. I want like a whodunit kind of mystery, you know. So that's what we're gonna read, and I've already started it.
You're cheating.
Well, my month is gonna be busy, and I want to make sure
Yeah.
I.
That's fair.
So
How
I've
far
started the
into it
book.
are you? Do you have a blurb
Okay, well,
for us as well?
I'm gonna find the blurb, hopefully.
I've got a blurb. I can screen cap and send it to you if you can't find it.
Oh, I can't use my mouse, so I can't even open anything.
I will
As
send
soon
it
as the
to
stream is
Discord.
done, I'm gonna have to like hide the.
Where's our Discord? Where is it? Here it is. I'm sending it to you on the community channel.
She can't.
Oh.
She can't switch tabs.
Wait,
though.
I have my cell phone.
Oh,
I was gonna
right.
say, do you have your phone?
I totally forgot. That's an option. Send it to me.
Well, you can just search it on
That's
your
from
phone.
British Amazon, so.
I can, but it's already been sent to me. Okay, so. I get confused when they add the bold parts for some reason, but we're gonna skip that part. When Rowan stumbles across the advert, it seems like too good an opportunity to miss. Let me know if I cut off, by the way.
Okay.
A live-in nanny position with a very generous salary. And when she arrives at Heatherbrae House, she is smitten by a luxurious smart home fitted out with all modern conveniences by a picture-perfect family. What she doesn't know is that she's stepping into a nightmare, one that will end with a child dead and her in a cell awaiting trial for murder. She knows she made mistakes, but she's not guilty, at least not of murder, which means someone else is. Yeah, so I'm already reading it, and, no one's dead yet.
Least of all the children.
The smart home does seem pretty cool. I haven't been introduced to the children yet, so I'm curious which child is gonna die. And how.
Is it like a
I already
science
think the
fiction
house did it.
so far? Like, is the house like spoilers? But is it like science fiction? Is the house like super?
So far, it just seems like a very modern. I think this book was written in like 2024, maybe. So it's like you can imagine this house in this current time period, like the current smart house, which anyone who has a smart home, I think, crazy.
You don't want to be spied on?
No, thank you.
I know someone who's got like is it an Alexa where it's like, Alexa, turn on.
Mm-hmm.
Hate it.
I don't even want those.
I want it. Like, I barely, like, I'll sometimes say to Siri, shit, that's all I use my. And even 9 times out of 10, she's like, I can't do that. I'm like, you are fucking useless. You are the Annie of this fucking house. Why don't you go do a press conference and fuck?
Alright. Shout
So
outs.
Next date. Next.
Oh yes, next. I almost forgot that part, and I was just looking at my calendar. Does August 31st work?
Very much
This is
so.
31st.
I will be done with the fringe by then.
Yeah, that works for me.
Perfect.
Book club, August 31st.
And this one hasn't been as long as Art and Gwen.
Yeah.
Favorite one. This has only been 3.5 hours.
How long was the other one?
It was like 4:40, 4 hours 40 minutes.
After like 4 hours, I checked out. I checked out before 4 hours.
I can't. What one was that? Art and Gwen, or was it the one before?
It
Art
was.
And Gwen?
It was. Yeah,
We were all struggling to remember what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
4 hours and 40 minutes.
I feel X finding that.
Well, we
No,
didn't.
not.
It wasn't even because we hated it. We just talked a lot, I guess.
Yeah, we were chatty Cathy's that day.
It was. Yeah, it was just like the summary part. I think it was just like, and then this happened,
Yeah.
and then we had shit to say about certain characters that I didn't like.
Yeah, so far it's our longest
Yeah.
one. Hopefully it stays that way. Alright, who wants to do their shout out first?
Peter.
Jam.
It took too long, it's Peter. I typed in his username.
I'm Peter. I do shit. What's left of me after the Edinburgh Fringe and all the other things I've festival. We'll be back in August. It'll be great.
Talk about what you're gonna
what
do
it
at
sounds.
Fringe. Go follow him.
Well, I've got the Fringe Festival. I've got the Edinburgh International Film Festival. I've got the Edinburgh International Book Festival and the Edinburgh Television Festival at the same time.
So go follow him so you can see all his fun stuff about that.
I'll use the word fun. Especially because I was going to say I know who's coming to the TV festival, but that's been released now, so we can talk about it. Tina Fey is at the TV festival.
Oh, wow.
There were 3 names who were announced. Tina Fey, Graham Norton, who created Black Mirror, is going to be at the TV festival, and I've had issues with all 3 of them.
Oh.
As I said to Victoria, welcome to a brand new episode. Peter talks shit about people to face them.
I'd listen to it.
Yeah. Alright, Jam,
So yeah,
you're
that's
up.
me.
I'm Jam, aka Blue Clovers. Sometimes I stream. I haven't been very consistent because I'm busy, okay?
That's aggressive.
Listen, Jam has shit to do. Get off her ass.
I like streaming indie games, and maybe I'll stream again, and maybe I won't. Sometimes I join the what do we call it? On
Soda.
Sundays
Soda
when we're
pop
not.
Yeah, Soda Pop Shop Sundays.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm doing Soda Pop Shop Sundays with Victoria and Peter. And Addie sometimes. So if you see me, cool. If you don't, oh well.
If you don't, you know what Jam looks like anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victoria.
Alright, I'm Victoria. This is where I sometimes stream. I've realized I've only streamed once between last book club and today, so that's fun and exciting. I also
And was that
don't.
Soda Pop Sundays.
Yeah, it was when we opened our supermarket. I also don't really post on social media, but these are my social media links. Honestly, the only thing I'm consistently posting on is Tea and Tales. So please go follow our Instagram because I put a lot of work into it. Just go through and like the posts and maybe leave a comment. That'd be nice.
And the Tea and Tales Book Club has a section on the Peter Greenwood Show website,
Yes.
which we are doing things with. Honest, promise, we wouldn't lie to you. We'll get there. I can't even remember. Is it like petershow.com/tea and tales?
I don't know, man. It's your website.
Fine, we're fine. That doesn't mean I know it. I have a name, doesn't mean I know that.
I'm also going to shout out Addie, our 4th co-host, who has been taking an indefinite leave because she is also busy. She has things to do, okay? Back off.
Yeah, rent an apartment off Addie's ass, okay?
Alright, time... Are we good? Have we said all of our things?
I feel
I
like
think so.
I've got nothing else to add.
Alright. Is there anyone in particular you would like to raid? Because
No.
Ian is playing GTA 5.
Oh, wow.
And I feel like he never streams at this time, so it'd be nice to go say hi.
Should we go say hi to Ian? The only other person I have is Mr. Pepper.
Yeah, I have Pepper and Wolf. So let's go raid
Let's say
Ian.
hi to Ian.
Let's go say hi. I haven't seen Ian in a dog's age.
I know. Ian is one of our besties. Me and Jam used to play in a D&D campaign with him, and he was amazing. He was so funny. You guys are gonna love him.
D&D.
I remember when we used to play D&D back in the day. I miss playing Arya, I'm not gonna lie. With all her little skeletons. I was thinking about that the other day. Alright. Thank you everyone for being here.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody bye.
Swap over.